Hello! Hello, everybody! Wow, this one's intense. Hi! Hello! Hello, how are you? Before stream, I cleaned out my computer. Like, I took off the glass and I cleaned the insides because I was dusting it because lately it's had a, you've been able to hear the fans? And I was like, that can't be good. So I opened up the side panel and I cleaned it. And then I was like, I have food right now. It's just sitting there. But I should really clean off the glass. It's gotten a little dirty. So instead of eating right away, I instead grabbed some window cleaner and cleaned off the glass. And it looks so good. And then I actually managed to get the front panel off, which is crazy because I've tried before and it just did not work. I just couldn't get it off. I thought it was glued in there or something. But then I managed to get it off. Finally, it just sort of fell off and I was like, well, why weren't you this easy last time? Anyways, I cleaned it out. It's a lot cleaner. It's nice and dusted. I cleaned both the glass panels. Hopefully it runs quieter. I'm experimenting with my mic being further away from my mouth. I thought it might be good. It might, you know, avoid some popping and such. Let me know how that sounds. If it doesn't sound good, just let me know. I'm gonna load up the game now. Oh, don't crash my computer. Both screens turn black, and now Square Enix's logo is up. Let me get the game capture up. Up. Ooh. Ah, you are here. Welcome, welcome. Square Enix, now that is Danganronpan core. I have been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Oh hell yeah, that's an old man. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the storyteller. That's so Persona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I shall be your guide going forward. I like your outfit. The trench coat over the, like, kimono, pretty cute. I think that's a kimono? Might be yukata. Before we begin our story, there's several things I must bring to your attention. First, this game uses autosave. This game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Thank you. Saving is a very important element of games. It's the only way to keep your memories in place. Now, I didn't realize your mask wasn't part of your face. You're not an old man at all. Judging from your jaw, you might even be handsome. Well, you could be an old man. If you do not wish to rely on autosave alone, you can also save manually via the menu. Nah, this guy's anime hottie, I for sure sees. This is the menu button. Ah, oh, what's this? Just a little quieter would be nice. Voice volume? That's great. I love not having to voice everything. From here, you can check the text log, view useful files, and switch auto mode on and off. You can also adjust the brightness, volume, and other settings in the options menu. For instance, if there is a voice you would prefer not to hear, you can mute it by setting the voice volume to 0. If you just really don't want to hear Kyle speak, mute him. That's a strategy you can bring to your Discord servers too. I suggest you check the brightness controls and other settings before going on. 1 second, I need to do something on my phone. But I am gonna check the brightness settings. That's way darker. That's too bright. Is it supposed to be this dark? Even when it's completely dark, I can still kind of see this. Can you guys see it? Maybe I just have really good color vision. I feel like the game would be more enjoyable at like a 50. Or a 33. Bum 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 bum. I'm gonna go with 33. Game language, good. Vibration, I don't have... It's fine. I'm trying to get a good balance. Oh, maybe I need to turn down my volume. Okay, to extend to 16 and now it's more tolerable. I tend to listen to things kind of quiet, loudly. Suffix, voice, that's fine. Video, full screen. Standard, post-processing, chromatic aberration. Now I like the chromatic aberration, it looks cool. Controls. Oh god, there's buttons? I'm gonna get my controller. Oh, damn it. 1 second. I need to eject my USB drive. If I eject a USB drive, it shouldn't automatically reconnect. That's my hot take. But this one does. Plug in. Alright. That's fine. Brightness... What did he say I should adjust? Brightness and volume? Controls and other settings. Yeah, that sounds fine. This is interesting. Very curious about it. Open updates page. How to play. Do you think I could just use my... It looks like I can just use my mouse. I might just use my mouse. How to play. If it creates a cursor, use curse. I'll try it with my mouse. Mice can't vibrate, but it's okay. I don't really mind that. I'll explain the other essential functions when the time is right. Okay. There's one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. It feels strange to go on without knowing your name. Please tell me what I may call you. Florence. But... I didn't type that part. I didn't type that part, boss. Yeah, I'm Forrest Fee. How did you... Yeah. Ha 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 ha. He saw my Steam account. Let's begin our story. I should have gone with Forrest Fee. It was funnier. Ahem. From now on, antiquity to present day, regardless of how society and civilization evolve, death has become a constant presence that none have ever escaped. Whether it is one's own or that of someone close, death is always a difficult thing to accept. This is an immutable reality, a value shared by all, no matter what age in which they live. In fact, oral traditions reflecting people's fears and prayers regarding death still remain, ghosts, spirits, and so on. Similarly, in an attempt to defy death, many curses, rituals, and customs have been born, from burning spirit incense to summoning the souls of the dead. Some of those secret arts are still being passed down to this day. On that note, Forrest, this may seem rather abrupt, but is there someone you wish to bring back from the dead? Not really. What if you had one chance to use the secret art of resurrecting the dead? Guess if you had the power to bring someone back to life one time and one time only, what would you do? I wouldn't want it. I'm good. Thank you. Death is a part of life, storyteller. You gotta accept that, buddy. See. Very interesting. That's what I thought you would say. What seems to be the matter? I like when you get really close to scare me, buddy. You wanna know what this box that has been sitting here is? That's a TV. Quite a curious thing, isn't it? It's called a color television. I know what TV is. The world I was sitting to you in is full of devices such as this that do not exist in the age you are from. TV? I got TV. In this era, oh, am I from the past? Is that what's up? A color television can be found in nearly every household. That is not all. For example, persons who wish to contact someone while they are out of their home, they use public telephones like this that can be found all the city. Yeah, I've played Yakuza. Can you imagine what life would be in such a time? Pretty cool. I'm thrilled to have you continue the story, Forrest. After all, that's why you came here, no? Yeah. Let us begin. I've kept you waiting long enough. I present you Paranormasight, a bizarre tale surrounding the curse known as the Rite of Resurrection. A peculiar yarn is staring 9 men and women in a fierce fight for their lives as it unravels. 9? 9 characters, 9 hours, 9 doors? Kidding. Some of the characters appearing within surely say reviews on the Rite of Resurrection. I imagine those who have lost someone dear to them would feel particularly strong about it, thinking to them it has their last desperate hope. The first I shall introduce, a man named Shogo Oki, is one of them. You say Shogo, and then he's like, Oki! Probably Okie. He's an office worker. He's an unremarkable young man entering his 3rd year of working at a planning department at Hihaku Soaps, a chemicals company headquartered in Sumida. Born in western Tokyo to an ordinary family around the same time as the birth of color TV, he grew up amidst the boom of special effects heavy action films. Anime. The color operation does make it a little hard to read. Variety shows, professional baseball, and pop music. Shout out to baseball. Shogo graduated from a famous private university in Tokyo and has since settled into an apolitical mindset. Common among those of his generation, with no strong ideals and no particular dissatisfaction with the world as it develops around him. He is content to just go with the flow, having stumbled into his current position by pure chance, and it's safe to assume he will follow the stereotypical path of working the way up the ladder, starting a family, and remaining in the same company until retirement. He plays folk guitar as a hobby and is currently looking for a girlfriend. Oh, buddy. This is the storyteller! He's a mystery. I might have to turn off the chromatic configuration. It looks cool, but it makes it so hard to read. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, I turned it off. I'm just gonna leave it off. Huh? Wonder what that could be at such a time. Early this morning, the body of a drowned man was discovered at a park in Sumida City. Oh man, it's Shogo! Oki! All things are not Oki. A 25-year-old man who worked at a company in the area. I'm legally around it, it's making a lot of noise. As a silent struggler found the Sumida police suspect foul play and have launched an investigation. Oh, excuse me! You scared me, buddy. Please pay no mind to what you've just seen. You never really saw something that would have spoiled the story. Just pretend you did not see that. Let us turn back time for a smidge and start again from there. Okay, I'll see you soon. I saw nothing. You know nothing. I can't save him from his fate. The story is a work of fiction. All locations, characters, organizations, legends, etc. that appear in this game have no relation to reality. It'd be fun if you did that and then you wrote down, except for the ones that do. I'd probably get sued. Shogo? Shogo, are you alright? Hello? Hi, Yoko. Hey, can you hear me? Aw. Hey, that's not a proper answer. Earth to Shogo Oki. What do you think you're doing falling asleep here? You gave me quite the shock. Come on up now. Up with you, up. Okay, and... Hi, bestie. There. How is that? Alright? Hi. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? We believe in humors? I'm fine, I think. There's definitely nothing wrong with my humors, though my head's a little fuzzy. How do you know? How do you know that your humors are balanced? You look phlegmatic to me. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Turn your head around a little bit to see if you can walk alright. Drag the screen and move the right stick. If I look around, will I see something scary? Oh, I can go in a full circle. Oh god! I'm fine! I'm fine! She didn't scare me! I'm not gonna get too scared by this game. Okay. You seem to be fine. What a relief. Did you remember anything? Like where we are or what we're doing? The rite of resurrection? Huh? Wait a second. When did I tell you about that? I mean, I guess I must have, seeing as you know that name, but weird. Anyway, you still seem a little out of it. Why don't you look around a bit more? Look around and investigate. You converse with people selecting their faces. Surroundings. Where are we? Oh right, this is Sumida City in Tokyo. We're in Kinshibori Park near Kinshicho Station. Yoko brought me here saying she needed my help with something important. It's just past midnight. That explains why there's nobody else around. Sumida. Tokyo's a long city. It looks like a whale. One of the 23 districts of Tokyo, located in the eastern part of the city, surrounded by the Sumida, Arakawa, and Kunaka rivers. At the start of Showa era, the area was still divided into two districts, the southern Honjo and northern Mukojima, but they were merged into one district after the Second World War. It's said to be named after the Sumida River and the banks that line it. Unlike the river, however, it uses the character for ink rather than for corner. Even now, people still frequently mix up the two. Despite suffering extensive damage from both the Great Kanto earthquake and air bombings during the war, Sumida managed to recover and come out on top every time. Once filled with samurai residencies. Ooh, cool. It's now home to thriving industrial districts and many residential zones, although evidence of its previous character can still be found. Major landmarks: the Echo Temple, the former Yasuda Gardens, site of Kira Kozukinosuke's residence, Honjo Matsuzakacho Park, Sumida Park, Tokyo Metropolitan Memorial Hall, and the Mukojima Hayakin Gardens. Kinshibori Park, opened 1950, conveniently close to Kinshicho Station and surrounded on sides by roads. It's a popular spot for people to meet and relax. That's a real picture. Named after the Kinshibori Canal, part of the South Warigesui Canal, which could be found nearby, once be found nearby. In fact, the area's name Kinshicho was also derived from the canal. I did want to look at my persons of interest. Oh, okay, Yoko's not part of there. Okay. Recall? I'm still a little woozy. What the hell is wrong with me? There's a girl here. Who is she? That's Yoko Fukunaga. Good, at least I can remember that much. I first met her about a month ago. She's 23, works as a housekeeper, and is really into the occult. If I think harder, I can probably recall a bit more about what's going on. Only about a few times we've really hit it off. She's a lot of fun to be around. I have no idea how she feels, though. I get the sense that she isn't thinking about me that way right now. But I know I've got a thing for bubbly girls who are into dark things like the occult and murder. That's why I date all those murderers. Haha. Horror visual novels like this love to create a cute girl that's into horrors. Awesome. She's a housekeeper. After obtaining a junior college degree, she started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she's received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue this day. She was a desk job at a crane company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural and quit within a year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. As she vowed to live life true to herself and never change the path for the sake of others, she has no regrets. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu, named Ogopogo, who's been by her side since she was a student. I can't wait to meet Ogopogo. Where's your dog? Go. I want to meet her. Telephone booth. Lights are always on so they can be used in an emergency. Telephone booth. A small booth containing a public telephone. Most often found in parks and along roads, local telephone calls can place a rate of 10 yen for 3 minutes. That's not horrible. More recently, telephone booths capable of accepting prepaid cards, known as telephone cards, have begun to spread. Ooh. In the downtown area tend to be plastered with unauthorized advertisements and leaflets, a problem that has no sign of slowing down. Bleh. That's an interesting looking playground. I love how there's big holes kids could fall through. Rats crawling with kids during the daytime, but it's kind of peaceful here at night. But recall. Okay, her name is Yoko. We met about a month ago. What's to do with this park? Ah, I'm remembering. It was around noon on one of my days off. I had just finished running some errands in Kinchicho, and I was here taking a quick break. I was just looking around absentmindedly. Hello? Oh, when I noticed this girl loitering about. She was digging up holes in the sandbox and searching the playground. She seemed to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures and patting them on the head. My curiosity got the better of me before long, and I struck up a conversation. Hey, are you looking for something? Huh? Oh, sorry, I must look like a total weirdo. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm looking for something. If I want, I could give you a hand. Really? I mean, that'd be a huge help, but... Are you really just a good Samaritan? Or are you after, you know, something else? Huh? I'm a good Samaritan, or definitely the other thing? I'm a good Samaritan. Oh wow, my hero. People like you really do exist. I think I might cry. Okay, I guess I'll let you help me. But be warned, you might be regret what you've gotten yourself into. No worries. What are you looking for anyway? Did you lose a bracelet or something? Not exactly. I'm searching for one of the 7 mysteries. Supposedly, this is the location of the Whispering Canal. The what? Now I've done it. I bet you think I'm some kind of lunatic. The 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. Do you know anything about it? I figured everyone around here would have at least heard of it, but I guess not. Hanjo is what the southern part of Sumida is called. A long time ago, this part of Tokyo was split into 2 separate cities. The north part was Mukojima, and the south part was Hanjo. Huh? Am I boring you? Well, I'm not a local or anything, I just work around here. Oh, and then no wonder you didn't know. Well, the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo is a legend dating all the way back to the Edo period. It's that old? That's like over 200 years ago. Oh, you've got your attention after all. I assumed it was one of those fake stories made up to chase the occult craze. I don't blame you. A lot of the popular stories going around are pretty fishy. But the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo are different because they're all true. They're true? That's what I said. They're the real deal. So hold on. What does that mean? Are you telling me there's actually paranormal stuff at work in this park? Yeah, pretty much. There's gotta be more to it. After all I've done, I still haven't found a thing. That was the first time I met Yoko Fukunaga. Update. Hanjo. Good map. A location in the southern part of modern Sumida City. It consisted mostly of swamplands until the middle of the Edo period. While it wasn't originally considered part of the city of Edo itself, air on the eastern side of the Sumida River began to be developed once the Ryogoku Bridge was built after the Great Fire of Meireki. While Hanjo is known for its large number of rivers and canals, many of these were dug during the area's urbanization for drainage and sewage. The Ryogoku Bridge area, home to the Iko Temple, eventually became filled with both people and shops. After a magistrate was assigned to the area and the shops continued to pop up, it soon became a part of Edo proper as its reputation as a lively place spread. Hanjo, along with other areas like Asakusa and Fukuoka, are still appreciated today for that old-fashioned feel and architecture. The occult craze, paranormal phenomena, the supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilization, ESP, all this and more on Nat Geo. Such unexplainable phenomenon are quick to take on a life of their own. I meant the History Channel. That was a joke about the History Channel, but I didn't do it right. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in Loch Ness. Sightings of mythical creatures like Tsuchinoko or Higamon. I like the Tsuchinoko because it's just a fat snake. The urban legend of the Kuchisake Onna. Television reports of spoon-bending psychics. Documentaries which feature mediums and spirit photography. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public. There's no end to this obsession in sight, with magazines on paranormal phenomena enjoying widespread publication. Most recently, rumors of an ancient ritual known as the Rite of Resurrection spreading in certain circles. Miss Spring Canal? Formerly known as Kinshibori, many fishermen once gathered on the section of the canal that ran through Honjo. As their days came to a close and the fishermen gathered up their lunches, a terrifying voice would rise from the canal, whispering, "Leave it behind! Leave it behind!" Those who ignored the voice found themselves unable to move and their previously full baskets of fish emptied. They would then be dragged into the canal, never to return. This strange phenomenon continued to occur, and the people began to call this body of water the Whispering Canal. Honjo became known as the hotspot for strange happenings during the Edo period. A number of these stories survived and became the Seven Mysteries. While many of these were likely the result of people blaming things they didn't understand on spirits or monsters, the stories continue to be told as urban legends. Despite what the name would imply, there are actually more than 10 of these strange tales. The roots likely come from stories told by city common folk. The most famous of the stories is the Whispering Canal, which eventually became the basis for both an idiom and a well-known Rakugo story. The most famous, the Whispering Canal, Fool's Procession, the Beckoning Light, Haunting Cat Clappers, the Evergreen Beach, the Taiko of Sugaru, the Foot Washing Mansion. I guess that's the Foot Washing Mansion. The One-Sided Reed, the Ever-Burning Lantern. Which one of these do you guys think is the One-Sided Reed? I like these paintings. Okay, I think we've learned. We exchanged contact and we talked on the phone a few times since. We've even met in person once or twice. Wow, you made a friend. She never brought up the Seven Mysteries of Honjo again. I figured she'd gotten bored of it. But now, it's Rite of Resurrection today. Until today, when all of a sudden she decided to resume her search. Huh? Wait a second, where did Yoko go? Oh, there she is. There she is. She's back digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seems to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures and patting them on their heads. Wait. That's the same thing you said before. According to Yoko, the Whispering Canal, one of 7 mysteries of Honjo, is around here somewhere. It's apparently the story that the expression left at the canal came from. I think that I left my note itself would know about it. I should check my files. Yeah. Jeez, she's still at it. I'm looking around. I bet there's gonna be something scary. Maybe if I look away and I look back, she'll be gone? No. I can't talk to her, I have to click her face. That's right, she asked me to come here to help her look for one of the 7 mysteries. Actually, I think I did some research on the 7 mysteries of Honjo. I can't remember all too well, I should check my files. I'm gonna get jump scared, I know oh my god, I did so much research. Okay. We've got the Fool's Procession, which is an encounter held by a daimyo at his residence in Honjo's Ushijima, now Komagata High School. It looks like some cats are partying. When walking around on his estate, he heard the sound of music such as that of a kagura performance. He commanded the people to find the source, but no matter how much they searched, the music would fade. Okay, we've got 2 mysterious voices. Makes me think there's just an underground tunnel situation happening. The music would fade when one searched the Wari-Gesui Canal. The source of the sound was never located. This story is known as the Procession of the Tanuki, as many were of the belief that it must have been the Tanuki behind it. Hell yeah. The Beckoning Light. While walking on the road near Hoonji at one night, one might spot a hazy lantern up ahead, despite there being no one around. Following it will cause it to go out suddenly when getting near, but just when one fears the darkness might swallow them up, Another light will appear further ahead, as if guiding the one who sees it. Some say the flame is benevolent, leading people to their homes. Others believe it's a monster leading people astray. Some even believe it's the vengeful spirit of someone who died, learning the lost of the land of the dead. The haunting clappers. As the evening bell rings in Iecho. Maybe I'm not. Your presence day, Shimoku Bridge. A night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight, the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers together again. Clack, clack. The echoes answers again, but no matter how hard he searches for the source of the second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it's a tanuki or a kitsune, while others say it's a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. It's the river! Guys, the canal's fucking cursed. We need to get rid of this canal. Oh, ad break's happening. Sorry to the ad break people, I forgot to pause. And wait. Got 5 whole messages. Wow. Wow. I bet as soon as I come out of here, I'm gonna get scared. I like this clapping noise. Story. I like how everyone seems so scared, but it doesn't seem like it's very scary stuff happening. The Evergreen Beach. Oh, it's a beach tree, of course. I'm gonna take a sip of Powerade. I gotta get hydrated. Did you hear that? There's the Powerade cracking open. Ads are ending in 10 seconds. Welcome back from the ads. I think you're back. This is a great time to mention that my birthday party stream is next week. It's later this week. It's in 2 days. It's on Tuesday. Which is when my birthday always should be. What is this? What am I? I'm manipulating something and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's Chad. Sorry, Chad. I didn't mean to move you around. Okay. Check out this cool tree. Pretty neat. Okay, this one's about a beech tree. Once upon a time in North Okurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as the former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the beech residence. Somehow no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumors spread of the eternally green tree became known as the evergreen beech. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to say that the strangest part of the legend is the fact that it even became a legend after all. That's a pretty good one. The Taiko of Sugaru. There once was a daimyo from the Hirosaki domain in Sugaru who built a residence in Midoricho on a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall fire tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower in the event of a fire. While most towers used wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason this residence was permitted to use drums. The residence and its special privileges led to much speculation and gossip among the townfolk. That's it? There was a drum once, and people are like, ooh, there's a drum once, scary. Okay. Foot washing mansion. This is where you wash your nasty feet. This is a story of something that occurred in the dead of night in a residence in Mikasacho, modern-day South Arigesui Street in Kamuizawa. A foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly, a giant foot, drenched in blood, smashed the ceiling. Wash! It commanded. After the servants carefully washed the foot, it returned from whence it came, fixing the roof that had broken. A man who had been visited by the foot every night asked a friend to trade houses with him. That night, the foot stopped appearing. What? Okay. The one-sided read. I thought this one was the one-sided read. There was once an infamous rogue by the name of Tomezo who fell for a woman named Okoma. Tomezo persistently chased after Okoma, attempting to win over her heart over and over again, but she rejected his advances every time. Enraged by her indifference to him, Tomezo brought a carrier to a canal named Ryogoku Bridge and attacked Okoma. He cut off the arm and leg off one side of her body, then threw them into the canal. Oh god. Ever since then, the reeds growing along the canal have only sprouted leaves on one side. That is strange. The ever-burning lantern, last one. On a bold and chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a soba cart along the canal known as South Wari Gesui. But there's something strange about this cart. No matter when I visit, its owner is nowhere to be found. Yet the lantern that hangs from its stays perpetually lit, burning brightly even with no oil to fuel it. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there's also the tale of the never-burning lantern, another telling of the story in which the soba cart's lantern also remains dark, refusing to be lit. So 2 versions. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to get. But not as much as I would have thought. Hi, buddy. Oh wait, she's coming back this way. I think hi, Ginger. I think that he might die. Hey, Oko. Hey, what was that just now? Huh? Didn't you hear that? Did feel like I heard something. I'm not too sure what, though. A honk. She heard it. That was creepy. Your special talent. You should have been able to hear it. Pay closer attention for me, okay? My special talent? What are you talking about? Huh? I mean your spirit sense. You look like you can handle your liquor. Huh? I have no idea what drinking has to do with it, but I don't think so. Huh? Well, you must. I mean, you could see me, right? Huh? Are you dead? I am 1 a.m. Sorry. Hi, are you dead? Are you dead? Are you fucking dead, bestie? Wait, you're kidding, right? About what? I mean, just now. I sound like you're saying that only people's spirit sense can see you. Of course that was a joke. Duh, you don't really think I'm some kind of evil spirit, do you? But yeah. I meant what I said about your spirit. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Did you see him? I meant what I said about your spirit sense being strong. I bet you could down a whole gimlet in one gulp, seriously. I want to talk about the man that was behind me. Can we talk about the man? He's gone. I think that was a man. That's the real reason I asked you to help me with the 7 mysteries of Honjo business. Okay, let me clarify. Are you saying you can actually see paranormal stuff? Sure, I could handle a solid Moscow mule. What are you measuring this in terms of cocktails? Not a believer, huh? Well, that's no matter. You have to have seen some weird stuff over the years, right? Weird stuff? Yeah, like things you could see but never understand. You can't be serious. I don't see it anymore. Maybe it wasn't a man, but it looked like a man. Recall. About spirit sense. I've seen it ghost photos in magazines before, but are you telling me they really exist? You bet they do, but you can only recognize them if you really believe in them, so be careful. So even with my skill, I won't be able to see them if I doubt they exist. That's right. The spirit world is all about the mind and the soul. You won't be able to see a thing unless you're properly in tune. But sometimes people get caught up in the moment thinking they might see something, and then they really do because they believed they would. Is that how that works? Yep, just like drinking. You'll never know how much booze you can handle unless you're ready to down some shots. I'm still not sure I get the drinking thing. Yeah, you're a lush. You know, I realized how strange it was as the word left my mouth. Sheesh. related, but do you actually drink real alcohol, I mean? Whoa, talk about whiplash. Didn't expect you to start making small talk. Well, our conversation was getting a bit dark. I had figured to change topics might lighten things up. Oh, I see. Well, if you really want to know, I like to think I can handle a few drinks. But to tell you the truth, I've never actually had a Moscow Mule. Really now? I just thought it sounded cool. I'd like to try it though. Why don't we go to it for a drink sometime then? Ooh, are you asking me out? No, you're just being a good Samaritan, right? No, that's not what I meant. Ha, just kidding. I'd be up for that. It's not here this time. I wonder if the writer happens to carry a special choker chip in their pocket all the time. It's not there. Alright, let's go to work. About spirit sense. And if you can believe that, there might be some for you yet. You can't be serious. About the 7 mysteries. I just remembered I actually did some research on the library. You did? What'd you find? Well, I discovered a few interesting things. Tell me everything. 7 mysteries? There's 9 of them. Well, I'm surprised you picked up on that. Nice researching. Some people think there could be up to 15. That's the thing about the old folk tales. Stuff gets added to them over the years. Oh god, I was blocking it! I was blocking the scary thing! I was blocking it. Okay. There's more extra stories than the main ones. But yeah, the 7 mysteries throws off the tongue better than 9 or 15. If you say so. But it makes sense, don't you think? It's more likely to pass it on if it's easy to remember. That's a good point. What about the notes? Are these really ghost stories? None of them were scary. I thought they were supposed to be ghost stories. That's true. They're more like a collection of superstitions, really. But there are some pretty disturbing ones in the mix. You know, like the one that's supposed to take place here, the Whispering Canal. People who finished in this canal would hear a voice saying, "Leave it." They had to abandon their catcher, the canal would take it. Alright, right. So is that what you're expecting to find here in this park? Not quite. We're talking about a folktale from hundreds of years ago. After centuries of the telephone game, who knows if it's anything like the original story. So basically, you think the true story of the Whispering Canal might be completely different from what we know. Exactly. I'm sure it is. I mean, weren't you curious? About what? Ooh, that's a cool one. People from around here have the expression "left at the canal," right? Meaning it abandoned someone. That story is where it come from. Except the story being told today is about fish. There's nothing in it about leaving people behind. So now that you mention it, that's true. So you're saying the original story maybe did involve someone being abandoned. That's what I was trying to find out. Gotcha. About the rite of resurrection. Were we talking about that? Oh, your memory is as strong as your tolerance. I'm gonna start calling you Martini Man Shogo. I'm really climbing up the drinks menu, huh? So you know about it, huh? The rite of resurrection? The magazine ran a feature of it recently that got practically everyone talking about it. Maybe that's where I heard about it. So I don't know, it seems a little too far-fetched to be true. So the rite of resurrection. It's the forbidden art of bringing the dead back to life, concocted by a famous Onmyoji from an ancient age. Rumor has it the old manuscript containing actual concrete details about the rite was recently discovered. The rumor contains a presentation given by the local historian Hideki Araishi at an academic conference. That's our next guy, I bet. You sure know a lot about this stuff. It's because I'm secretly a huge cult buff. Secretly? I kinda got that. Oh. But if a researcher spoke about it in an academic conference, it must have some basics in fact. Exactly. That's why I believe the rite of resurrection is real. Well, I mean, it could be a rite, but that doesn't mean it worked. The pursuit of the unknown begins with belief. I got that from Professor Araishi himself. It's indicated by its name, the manuscript holds detailed instructions on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead. This forbidden ritual is said to be devised by a once famous Onmyoji. Alright. Wait, hang on, I've got another question. You mentioned the rite of resurrection. Are you looking for that too? Does it have something to do with the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Oh, you're sharp. I could cut my finger on you. To tell you the truth, it's actually the other way around. What do you mean? Well, I started off searching for the Rite of Resurrection. But along the way, I realized that I needed to investigate the 7 mysteries of Honjo first. See, so then... what's that got to do with the 7 mysteries? Putting together everything we talked about. My guess is that the original stories behind the 7 mysteries, the true stories, are all key to finding the Rite of Resurrection. And that's why you're here searching for one of them. Do I have that right? Wow, 10 out of 10. You're proving to be quite the capable assistant. Since when was I your assistant? Anyway, this is all just hearsay, but... some say that what led the 7 mysteries coming to be was the Rite of Resurrection itself. Don't the stories come from the Edo period? I thought the Rite of Resurrection was supposed to be way older than that. Right, it seems that an Onmyoji from the Edo period rediscovered the ancient art. That old manuscript I mentioned with all the details on how to use the rite apparently was written in the Edo period. Oh right, I never told you the name. The manuscript is called the Record of Fates. Whoa, what a name. It speculates that the secret of the rite is hidden within the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So now the 7 mysteries are the hot new trend. Among who? You know, this whole thing's starting to sound pretty questionable. Ah, come on. Remember I said the pursuit of the unknown? Starts with belief, right? Let's do it. We gotta find this Record of Fates. Why are you looking for the rite? If you're looking for a way to bring someone back from the dead, does that mean you got someone you want to bring back? You know what? Forget it. It just came to mind, so I thought I'd ask. I didn't mean to pry, sorry. No, it's fine. I figured I'd need to tell you at some point. It's Ogopogo. No! Ogopogo! Ogopogo is your dog, Shogo! Yeah, I want to bring Ogopogo back to life. He died in an accident about a month ago. Ogopogo died? Yeah, right. Ogopogo was my dog. I had him for 8 years. Okay, your dog. Gotcha. It's been a long time together. Losing him must have been really hard for you. To be honest, I'm not sure if the rite even works on dogs, but as soon as I found out about it, I knew I had to give it a try. I don't think I could forgive myself if I just let this opportunity pass by. I'm so good at reading. Now I understand why you feel so strongly about it. Thanks for telling me. I know this must be hard to talk about. But you know what? All that led me to me meeting you. It's only something good came out of it. Well, it doesn't mean I'll stop looking, obviously. Yoko, I'll do everything I can to help you. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. Let's keep the hard work then, yeah? Whoa. Hello? What the hell? Looks like the air just changed. Think. What was that just now? Hey, are you okay? Ah! What's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. No, no. Ah! Something's got Yoko rattled. Yoko's pointing over here, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Still, she looks spooked. I bet she's making this up. Did I miss it? I don't get this. Ugh. What's going on? Did something happen? Yoko? 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 Huh? Yoko? Yoko? What the? What is this? Something's... What is it? Why is this happening? Yoko? Are you dead? What I am. In Shibori Park. Yoko? Answer me, Yoko? No way, it can't be. Why? Why? Is she fucking dead? Think. Gotta calm down. You don't know she's dead. You're not a doctor. It's fine. The phone booth. What was that? I got bigger problems. Yoko's dying. God, she's not breathing. She's cold and I don't feel a pulse. This can't be happening. Okay, an ambulance. Right, I've got to call an ambulance. I need a phone. The phone. This is gonna be bad for me. Being in a phone booth is not good for me. Freddy Fazbear's is gonna fucking get me. I called it in. The ambulance shouldn't be long. Is it gonna make a difference? Her body's gone stiff and her skin is cold. I don't think she's breathing. She's more like a mannequin than a person now. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Oh, buddy, I don't get it. Just a few minutes ago, we were chatting away without a care in the world. Yoko. How did this happen? How could someone so bright and bubbly just suddenly drop dead? Resurrect her. Huh? Oh, that's right. That rite of resurrection she was talking about really does exist. There might be a way to bring her back. If someone could just drop dead out of nowhere like they were cursed, why shouldn't there be a way to bring them back to life? Yoko believed in it, so if I believe in her, it seems completely possible. Maybe, just maybe I can still save her. Even if I gotta deal with spirit senses and curses or whatever. I gotta try. Wait for me, Yoko. I promise I'll use the rite of resurrection to bring you back. Because I'm a fucking idiot. Right before she died, I felt a strange presence a few times. Seemed like she saw something that shook her to the bone. There's definitely something strange going on. Maybe it's still here. She might have had a heart attack. What could she have seen? She mentioned that the rite of resurrection and 7 mysteries were connected. So maybe whatever it is she saw is something to do with that whispering canal. Whoa. Why did I pass out in the first place, huh? Damn it, the presence again. Must be around here somewhere, but where? What was that? Something on the ground. It looks cursed. Did Yoko drop this? It's a fish with a basket. A small wooden sculpture. It's 3 or 4 centimeters tall. It looks like it could be a keychain, but from how broad it is, it's way too old for that. Despite how tiny it is, I feel an almost palpable malice radiating from it. What is this thing? Got the curse stone. Awesome, I'm cursed. Ah. Hi, bestie. Hey. Please don't kill me. What the? Help me. Leave me. Why? Ah. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. They turn their backs, they walk away, leave me behind, drop dead. Kill them. Kill them. Those who walk away, kill them all. You can use it to kill those who walk away from you. Press the use curse button to kill your target as they attempt to depart. Okay. Why am I doing this? Now. Kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right? Kill them. Should you seek life's restoration, take your curse in hand. Reap lives by the score. And claim their souls' dregs for your own. Collect enough to sink this vessel. And by their sacrifice claim the gift of resurrection. Or better yet, slay your fellow curse bearers. For theirs are the equal of droves of lesser souls. Now then, go forth and kill! Hi. Those return to the voice. Yeah, we saw this one. Curse power. Kills by drowning one who leaves the curse bearer behind. Toki loves fishing with her father, Junkichi, more than anything. With their wicker basket on their backs, they would leave for the canal every morning and fish till the evening. The miso soup her mother Koma made using the carp they caught was to die for. Her parents loved her dearly. One day, however, her father disappeared. Toki's mother went to look for him and never came back either. We might have to come back to this. It's kind of loud right now. Those who came to visit expressed their concern and eventually stopped visiting her out of fear. Toki continued to wait all alone. Mother, father, where did you go? Don't leave me behind. Unable to bear the loneliness, she left her home and trudged along the road until night fell. Neither her mother nor father would have found tears in her eyes. Suddenly, the sound of fish splashing in the water cut through the silence. She found herself standing before the canal where they used to fish together. The taste of carp and the memory of their father's smell flashed across her mind. Without thinking, Toki walked into the moat. The sound of water splashing echoed throughout the night air. Passerby thought it only as fish in the canal. The flashing faded and silence returned to the lonely night. Curse bearers. Curse arrows are the physical manifestation of curses. These manifestations are fundamentally related to the origin of the curses. They do not always take the same shape and sometimes appear in a more abstract or disfigured form. They lack consciousness, unlike a spirit, and are thus mere dregs. Curses are made tangible by what known as soul dregs. Some possessed by a curse has that curse echo is called curse bearer. That's us. Curse stones? Cool. Soul dregs. When someone dies, their life essence leaves the body and becomes a soul. Yep. Alright. Now we need to, resurrect Yoko. It's so loud, Bam. Bro, I'm so sorry. It's like the curse's memories flowed directly into my mind. In an instant, I understood everything. When I picked up this curse stone, the Whispering Canal must have cursed me. I also heard a strange voice. It told me that if I wanted the right, I have to kill a bunch of people with this curse stone and collect their souls. I guess it's good to know the right really exists. But this thing wants me to kill people to get it? Screw that. Putting my own life on the line is one thing. Murdering other people's is another thing entirely. Not just one piece in either. Scores, it said. So this is the curse of the Whispering Canal, huh? A curse that traps the soul of anyone who tries to walk away from me. But if I use it and collect enough souls, I'll be able to bring Yoko back. And there was something about the other curse bearers being worth more soul dregs. Jeez. Then I'm really at a loss here. Of course, I don't know how long it took me to realize. This has to be some weird prank she's playing. Oh. Any second now, she's gonna open her eyes, get up, and have a good laugh at how scared I was. Right, Yoko? You can give it up now. I can't even see her. One sec. Boy, did you fall for that one. You really got me good. No, I've got it. You really seemed sort of spirit all along. There's no way you're really dead, right? Yoko? I'm not even fooling myself anymore. Oh, Yoko. There's no going back, only forward. Okay, I'm gonna stop being a decapitated head. Feels like I'm being watched. Is someone there? Where are you? Hello? What the hell is that? It looks like a light floating in midair. Do you want to look at it, buddy? Was Yoko the one who dropped this curse stone? Does that mean she was the previous owner of the Curse of the Whispering Canal? And did she know what the rite of resurrection involved? Huh? What was that? Can you, like, look at it more, buddy? Ah! That's the guy I saw! That's him! I told you! I told you he was there. There's someone there. Stay silent, I don't want to die. Must be ignoring me on purpose. Maybe that's what I do. Hi, G-Man. Called an ambulance. It got closer. Is this another one of the 7 mysteries? Looks like a will-o-wisp. Was there anything like that in the 7 mysteries? Creeping me out. But staying put for now. I should probably leave it be. Turn. And then... Ha! Okay. Should I talk to the G-Man? I don't see anything else I can do. I have the curse stone. I've got my surroundings. Yoko's dead. Hey, who's there? Bye. I could kill you with this. Oh god, he's coming closer. Oh my, how unexpected. Hello? It was your curse that killed the poor woman, I take it? What? Can I get your name, Mr. Oki? A tall, humorous-looking man. He doesn't look familiar to me. It's acting like he knows me, though. Have we met somewhere before? That man, who is he? Oh, I have to look at his face to talk to him. He's one of the other curse bearers, and I need to be careful. He might be here to tell me to kill me and take my curse stone. By the same token, killing him will net me a lot of soul dregs. Do you see that thing over there? I still don't have a clue who you are. How do you know me? Have we met? Jeremy, it's always humbling to find that one is not as well known as one believes. Perhaps my name will help you remember. I am Takumi Yumioka. Takumi Yumioka? Does that ring any bells? I think I've heard that name somewhere before, maybe. So you do not even know my name. How disappointing. Disappointing, but fortuitous. Mysterious stranger. Who is he? I was right that he was watching me. I saw him. I told you all. I pointed and I said, look at him. But he was behind me, so I couldn't tell you. I make your proposition. You have a cursed stone in your possession? I would like you to give it to me. How do you know? Why, I saw the whole thing. That doesn't explain how you know what a cursed stone is. Even I barely have a handle on it. I just got it. You know about the 7 mysteries of Hanjo and their curses and all that, don't you? Of course, those cursed stones. They're terribly dangerous things, capable of killing without a trace as long as their conditions are met. I hadn't thought of it in that way, but yeah. Imagine what might have happened if someone fell into the wrong hands. I appreciate that you believed in me, Jade, even though you couldn't see him behind me. They would be safer in mine, don't you agree? I don't know you. It seems I arrived too late to stop you from killing that poor woman. What? That wasn't me! I'm willing to overlook your indiscretion, but only if you'll give me your curse stone. No way in hell! Fuck off! For all I know, the wrong hands are yours. I don't know you. Very well. I'd hope to settle this amicably. Leave me no choice. That Takumi guy must have a curse stone of his own. Can't have a curse stone. There's no way he has a curse stone of his own. If he did, he wouldn't be so eager to get his hands on mine. He wants one of his own. They're that powerful and that dangerous. By the sounds of it, if I give him a chance, he'll try to take my curse stone by force. I have to keep him talking and figure out a way to get my curse out first. How can I get him to leave me behind? Though it would be a waste not to take his chance to find out what the other curse bearers. See that thing? What's up with that light? Is that your curse? Whatever do you mean? I'm afraid I see no such thing. Huh? It's right there. Oh! It's gone. It's right there. I see. It seems to have become the mark of another curse bearer. Huh? About my curse stone. What do you want with it? I intend to seal it away in a secure location so it may never be used again. I'm certain that you too would rather be free of this burden. The power to kill without fear of consequences is in itself a curse. There are many ne'er-do-wells in this world who cannot resist the urge to use it. All the more so if promised the chance to resurrect the dead. You'll seal it away how? I will put it in care of a sorcerer who is well-versed in supernatural matters. I have gained your trust. I must ask you to hand me your curse stone. Tell me about yourself. Before I give my curse stone, I want you to know who you are. I need to know if I can trust you. You look tired. A reasonable enough concern. Very well, I'm an associate of the great sorcerer Suigen Gamiyoto. Suigen Gamiyoto? Indeed, you must have heard of him. I believe he was recently featured in a certain magazine. Your unfortunate companion there came seeking his counsel not a few days ago. It's from her that I learned your name. She thought she would have mentioned me to you, but it seems that was presumptuous of me. Where did this happen? Just 2 or 3 days ago. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not buying that. He knows I don't know who he is, so he's just trying to feed me a story. I only know Yoko for a month, but she never mentioned going to see some mystic. It does seem like something she would do, though. Although it is Yoko we're talking about, so it's hard to say for sure. I hope that's enough to convince you. About Yoko. How do I know it wasn't you who killed Yoko with your curse? Mr. Oki, if you're trying to trick me into feeling whether or not I possess a curse stone, I assure you, you cannot. It's your curse that was responsible, Mr. Oki, no matter what you might tell yourself. This doesn't make sense. I only found this after Yoko died. Oh. Don't play dumb. I know you're the one who did this. Whether you choose to believe me is your prerogative, but you're mistaken. You should know that multiple curses awakened at once at the stroke of midnight. There are many other curses in Hanjo, and many other curse bearers. Not premature of you to assume that I am the one responsible? So you're saying that at midnight, a bunch of people became curse bearers. There's no point in continuing this conversation. For all I know, he could be telling me anything. Go. Who the hell is he? Maybe if I can focus, I can recall. Recall! How the hell does he know me? It's not like I've been getting out much. I barely have life outside of work. Wait, that's it. My work, that's how he knows me. I've never actually met him, so it totally slipped my mind. He's secretary to the chairwoman of Hikaku Soaps. Takumi worships the company chairwoman Natsue Yamamori and demonstrates his unwavering loyalty through swift and exact execution of every task given. Just as Natsue Yamamori continues to exert tremendous influence over the company since her retirement from the presidency, so too does Takumi continue to support her behind the scenes. Acting as Natsue's mouthpiece in this capacity has earned him the ire of the current president and the board of directors. Takumi knows the name and faces of not only all employees at the head office, but also the temporary workers in their factory and warehouses, and even their main suppliers. I see. Swinging got me Yodo my ass. This guy thinks he can sell me anything. I don't know if having figured that out helps too much right now. Speaking of Yodo my ass, I know who you are. You work at Hihaku Soaps just like me. You're the chairwoman's secretary. Well, that took you long enough. Your lack of company's loyalty is frankly astounding. Allow me to reiterate my quest then, not as a stranger, but as your superior. Hey, we're not in the office. You don't get to push me around like that. What is your client room and secretary even out looking for curse stones anyway? I refrain from revealing myself precisely to avoid such questions, but I suppose needs must. Since the dawn of the Showa era, the land of Hanjo has nurtured over company's growth and vice versa. It is our duty to ensure that curses do not take root in this land we know as our home. I'm not sure about that. Like many things, it's not a matter that concerns the rank and file. Chairwoman has no desire to spread fear throughout our beloved company's birthplace. Now that that's all, I must insist you hand me it. Huh. Why are you so convinced it was my curse that killed Yoko? Well, simply that she's got water coming out of her face, huh? Do you believe I just saw your companion move? She what? Yoko? She doesn't look any different. I got it. No. Damn it all. Haha! I fucked up. Bonk. Hey, storyteller. By my force, you seem to have arrived at a less than favorable result. This is a mere conjecture on my part, but perhaps you ought to be more careful about turning your back on unscrupulous individuals. You're not. You make as many attempts as you please before your shipment is out. Try again. Thanks, storyteller. Just remember, whatever you do, do not turn around. So turning your back on this guy kills. For each of the 7 mysteries, there's a curse and a curse bearer, right? Do you know who any of the others are? And what would you do with that information? Your intentions are nothing untoward, I hope. I want to avoid them. It is in the hearts of the selfish and insipid, of those who would be the most tempted by the bride of resurrection, that the curses take root. And the curses, resentful memories, impart a powerful urge to kill, as I'm certain you are aware. You are a victim of circumstance, Mr. Oki, but your situation is exceedingly dangerous. You must relinquish your curse stone for your own benefit before it is too late. Too late? It's already too late. There's no going back. All I can do is keep pressing forward. And if you're gonna stand in my way, then I'll have to stop you. I might take that as a threat, Mr. Oki. I would encourage you to exercise more caution before you fall foul of a curse. Think. I want to use my curse on him. Let's get him to walk away and leave me behind. What would convince him to do that? Scenario 1, he does what he came here to do. Scenario 2, he suddenly needs to be somewhere else. He's probably here for my curse stone, so I don't think I can get out of Scenario 1 alive. Scenario 2 means hoping something will happen by chance, and luck is rarely on my side. My only hope is Scenario 3, something makes it impossible for him to stay. I don't have to keep him away forever, I just need to keep him walk away once. Wait, I've got it. I know I can convince him to leave. Oh crap, I totally forgot. What is it? I called an ambulance. It should be coming any minute now. An ambulance? Yeah, have you lost your mind? They will arrive to find you standing right next to a corpse alone in the dead of night. No doubt they'll hand you over to the police, saying we'll have some questions for you. Probably, but I'm sticking with Yoko. Unless you want to join me in the interrogation room, you better get out of here. I don't want to kill this man. You're telling me the truth, I see. They're getting closer by the second. I cannot afford to be waylaid at the structure. I fear I must take my leave. That's the same button I pressed that killed Yoko. Sooner or later, I will turn for your curse stone. I only hope you don't abuse it in the meantime. Then I told you good evening. I don't want to use it! I didn't choose to use the curse. Shogo Oki, you dare! Ah! Shogo, what the fuck? I didn't do that. He's dead. He's really dead. I want to kill him. Why did... Oh, Shogo, you're kind of evil, huh? So this is what a curse stone can do. Oh, Shogo, are you evil? Whoa. The curse stone of the Whispering Canal has gained 1% soul dregs. He didn't have a curse stone, dipshit. He's evil. Did he kill Yoko? In Chicho area. I left the park immediately. I felt bad for leaving Yoko, but I couldn't stay there. Are you evil, man? The emergency medical services will probably take care of her body. Takumi's too. This will be all over the news tomorrow. But until then, at least I know she'll be in a safe place. Alright. I have to find a way to do my next sacrifice quickly. I got no time to waste. I gotta find the other curse bearers and collect their souls. Hey man, that's fucked up. Killing Takumi barely got me any soul dregs. I guess he mustn't have been a curse bearer after all. I told you he wasn't, and I didn't choose to kill him, by the way. I didn't do that. It's not enough. The soul of a non-bearer amounts to little more than leftover breadcrumbs. I have to think of a place where the other curse bearers of the 7 mysteries would be. If we turned our back on him, he'd kill us. Yeah. Yeah. The curse were deactivated around midnight. Yeah, I mean, it's fair that we could have just given it to him, but he might have been evil. I should go check and see if there's other places with connections to the mysteries nearby. At the very least, another curse bearer might be thinking the same thing as me, meaning I could run into them. Let's see, which of the 7 mysteries are closest? I'm in the Kincho area right now. The haunting clappers are on the other side of Okoko River, just over Shimoku Bridge. The foot washing mansion and the ever-burning lantern are on South Wari-Gesui Street past the train tracks. And further along Yoko River, I'll find the beckoning light at Honji Bridge. So if I go boop, 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 that'll be good. Think. I collect the other curse bearer's souls before dawn and bring Yoko back to life. I should go to the other location connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo. I still don't know what this one is. If we gave him the stone, he'd probably use it in... yeah. First stone of the Whispering Canal. It's 1% filled. Move. I always take the path that doesn't involve any doubling back. Hello, Shimoku Bridge. Happy Shimoku Bridge. It's supposedly where the bell from the Haunting Clapper store used to be. I wandered around here for a while, but I didn't see anything interesting. The only thing I found was what looks like a 100-yen lighter that someone threw away. I don't know if curses are vulnerable to fire, but maybe I'll find a use for it. Maybe I can burn my curse? There's two over here. Yeah. We gave him the stone, he probably used it just as, yeah. Both the foot washing mansion and the ever-burning lantern are from this area. This late at night, even a road as big as this one is silent as the grave. Is it just me, or is it oddly dark around here? Could this be... Now it's past midnight, but it still seems oddly dark here. This feeling is the same as before. Hello? There's something over there. Is a curse echo? A curse of the 7 mysteries given 4? I knew it. There's a curse bearer around here. Cheap lighter. No, approaching it is stupid. Want to use my lighter on it. I guess I have to approach. Let's check it out. That is... Wow, it's really dark over here. Darn it, now what? Is that a curse doing this? Somebody's pulling me in. That hurt. Looks like I'm inside a building. Did it toss me in here? Can't see squat. Is this the same darkness from the curse echo? That's right, I still have the lighter. Hello, I'm gonna see something scary. What the? Something... Drat, he's got a light. That ruins everything. Someone there? Are you a curse bearer? It's over. Time to get out of here. He's running? It's my chance. Ah. It just does it automatically. What the? Why? Am I just gonna kill everybody? This seems like a quick game then. That was a close one. Didn't catch a glimpse of the curse bearer, but it seems like I'm alright. 30%. This curse must have had something to do with light and darkness. The ever-burning lantern? There's a connection between the 7 mysteries and the way the curses work. That might be useful to know. Okay. Let's go back to the bridge area. I want to see if anyone's here. Do we need to kill somebody first? Maybe not. Doesn't seem like I'll make any more progress. 29% progress. Cowboy! At Hollinger Bridge, location link with the beckoning light. Someone's standing on the bridge, silhouetting themselves against the night sky. Hey. Excellent. Wait. Fine, I'll go first. Huh? I see. Interesting. Well, now this is a surprise. Huh? Who are you? I've got the wrong guy, just say so. I'm with one super shady looking guy. Only curse bearer would have any reason to be here around this time. Maybe I should talk to him. Excellent outfit, man. Come now, won't hurt to tell me your name. What are you doing here? Very good. You shouldn't give up your name so easily, especially not to strangers. Gone is the age when the might ran right. Nowadays, it's information that rules the world. You do well to remember that. You're the one who asked. Your name, your address, your phone number, your age, your occupation, your personal information is much more valuable than you might think. You should treat those things with care. So I guess you don't plan on telling me anything either then. You could call me Richard Kai, private detective. I love him. But you didn't just say you not to? Never mind. Say you're a detective? That's correct. I'm a man who deals with secrets. Don't expect me to share any more information with you, though. Oh, I told you that so we can have an understanding. Private Detective Richard Kai. The eccentric man that Shogoki ran into at Honji Bridge. Dead. Dead. Alive for now. Ominous. Kill him? I don't want to. I like him. Look at him. He has kind eyes. He's a flamboyant fellow. I wouldn't bat an eyelid if this was the inner city, but he stands out like a sore thumb in these parts. No, I don't care. I don't want to resurrect Yoko. Hardly anyone's around. Not surprising it's past 2 in the morning. Feels like the whole world's gone to sleep. The other side's an industrial district. Further down from the bridge is the temple from which it gets its name. Aronji Bridge is a pretty unusual structure, but the ends are stones, but the middle is steel. The Yoko River beneath it is actually a canal that was dug during the Edo period. Okay, so what's a detective doing around here? Working, and that's all I'll say about that. I could ask you the same thing, though. Seems like a strange place to stop. What brought you here? I saw a strange man. See, let me ask a different question. Why did you go out of your way to strike up a conversation with that strange man? I'm looking for someone. I figured it was worth seeing if you knew anything. He's not a curse bearer, I don't think. I would like this guy to stay around. Might be able to help you. Can you describe the person you're looking for? No, I said a person, but I'm actually looking for something called the Beckoning Light. Beckoning Light? Ah, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That's right. A friend of mine was really into that kind of stuff. She said the Beckoning Light reappears here in the middle of the night. I wanted to see for myself. Really, you're an adventurous type, aren't you? Unfortunately, I don't think you're out of luck. I've been here for a while, but I haven't seen any strange lights. Alright, thanks for telling me. But just wait 1 second. There's still time left for it to appear. Why don't we wait together? Thanks, but I'm good. Really? Well then I'm sorry I couldn't be any more help. I meant to ask. Do you have a light on you? Light? You mean for cigarettes? Well, I got this cheap one I picked up, but that's it. Oh no, this'll do nicely. Are you sure? Anyway, I should get back to work. Once you're gone, of course. Is there a reason I can't be here? Of course, my work is top secret. Right. Okay, if we're gonna look around the area, let's head somewhere else. Where to next? This one? Mido Richo Park is the Taiko of Suguru. North of there is Kamagata High School at the location of the Fool's Procession. It should be around here. Let's go to Mido Richo Park. It was my friend who was there. Hello, you two. Huh? Someone's here. An older man and a guy wearing suspenders. There's a good chance one of them could be a curse bearer. Try to scope things out without being spotted. To have their conversation, I'll have to focus in and watch them for a while, I think. If it looks like it's spotted, I can quickly hide behind a tree. They were supposed to be around here, but I don't see anything, boss. No need to get ahead of ourselves. Maybe we can see something before the night is done. Maybe you're right, but still, the 7 mysteries. Huh? Was there a noise from behind us just now? Never mind. Just my imagination. Hi, so far not too scary. But does the curse really let you kill someone with an object like that? Wow, you've got to stop being so bloodthirsty. I'm gonna have a check back there. Nothing. I guess this place is just keeping me on edge. Oh, God! Hi. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions? They found me. You scared me. These are police officers. Okay. People often say we don't look it. Sorry if we startled you. Sure, there's no problem, but we'll have to ask you some questions as procedure. I'm Jun Ario. I'm from the Metropolitan Police Department, Investigative Division. Hi, June. This old guy with the scowling mug is Chief Inspector Tetsuo Tsutsumi. My spirit officer. You wouldn't guess from the frown, but he's actually got quite the sweet tooth. Eka, Ariel, quit your babbling. Let's see your bad ID. Fresh face police detective. Senpai and Kohai. They're detectives. They're not investigating the corpse that was here, are they? No, I'm still fine anyway. It's not like a curse could show up as evidence in a police investigation. I can hardly believe how calm I am. I just need to keep a cool head and not panic. I'll leave the questions up to him. I've got nothing to ask. Hey. Why are you pressing your lips like that, buddy? You show some ID? Yeah. Wow, you work for Heikaku Soaps? I hear they've been breaking in lately. Is that true? I don't know about that. I'm just a recent hire. People are loving that new hair product you have. I use it all the time myself. Thank you for your patronage. Ariel, use hair products? Yeah, with the times, boss. Guys nowadays use all these things. Isn't that right, Mr. Oki? Yeah, sure. We even make men's cosmetics now. That's so. What a dumb living. Sorry, boss is the kind of caveman who thinks using only a bar of soap for all his washing makes him look cool or something. I just don't care enough to use anything else. I'm cool and macho. Actually, we do have an all-in-one soap stress for that purpose. There are plenty of people like you. Ha! Hear that, Ariel? That's what I'm talking about. You should put out more of those. Aren't you riled up? Anyway, Mr. Oki, what is it you're doing here? Actually, I'm searching for the 7 mysteries. Have you heard of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, detective? Yeah, I've heard of them. We were just talking about them a minute ago. A girl I know is into them. That's how I got interested. What happened to the voices? There's no voices. It said voices, but then it... Why did it ask me about voices if it didn't gonna play voices? I see. I seem to remember the Midoricho Park had one of the 7 mysteries associated with it. What was it again? Midorichi Park. Poppers. The Taiko. That's right, the Taiko Sugaru. This whole area used to be the residence of the Sugaru, a kind of samurai. So that's why you were hanging around in the middle of the night. Discover anything interesting? No, nothing. Although I have to admit, I haven't been looking into these things too hard. Right, I think I understand your situation. Thank you for your answers. Now it's quite late, so it's best if you're heading home. I have to figure out whether or not they're curse bearers first. With 2 of them, the bearer could be either one. The other ought to be aware that their friend has a curse stone? I feel like they said something about a curse while they were talking just now. They were talking about the curse here of all places, and it's highly likely they have something to do with the curse bearer. The way I'm gonna do it, I have to get them both. Leaving one alive would be too risky. I still don't know if I can use the curse on 2 people at once. I'll leave the questions up to him. If there's something wrong, you're free to go. It's ad time. I'm gonna take a quick BRB, and we'll be right back. I like where your head's at, Jade. I like it. I still think that this right here is gonna be important. I'm wondering if this is gonna be like a jumping around kind of game. Maybe we'll get to play as several characters. Always ACAP. I guess I'm gonna have to kill these guys. I'm waiting for the end of ads. I'm sorry I killed you, Takumi. There has to be a way that I break the curse, right? Why does he do this with his lips? Mwah. Looks like he's gonna give me a kiss. We're just gonna have to hang out here. I feel like I'm making too much progress as Shogo, too fast. For this to be the whole game, you know? Yeah. I'll stay and try to figure out if I can think of anything. I should probably look around the area. I think that's what we're gonna do once things are done. I was hoping this would have voices, you know? Instead, it doesn't have voices, and I have to voice everything, so my throat is getting a little sore, but that's okay. We've only been going for about an hour and a half. Ads should be over, so I'm gonna stay. Excuse me. There's two detectives around. Does that mean something happened here? We are investigators, so it's indeed related to a case. Don't worry, there's no threat to civilians whatsoever. We'll be here a while longer looking into things, but you can rest easy. A while longer, huh? That's not good. This may be my only chance. See, well, I'll be going now. Take care. I always imagine detectives as blunt and aggressive, but I guess there are some pleasant ones too. He's as intimidating as I expect a veteran cop to be. First that private detective, now police detectives. Why today of all days? Okay, I'll move. Let's go here. Oh my god, to high school. What's their case, you know? If they figure out that I'm a curse bearer, they'll kill me. Here I am at Komagata High School. Let's see here. Ah, someone's there. Huh? Whoa, what the? Ouch. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, but did you just climb over the school gate? Oh, it does? What's going on? Why are you at school this late? Well, I'm really sorry. I'm in a big hurry now, so I gotta go. Hey, wait. I'm not gonna kill a child. Huh? What? I think I should have a choice whether or not I kill somebody. 1 second. Paranormasight. Do I have to kill everyone? I guess I gotta. Can't be. I'm sorry. I guess I killed her. Yeah, she's dead. Sorry, kid. That's a teenager. How full is the thing? Hey, Buster. Was that worth it? Was that worth it, kid? I killed her. She was the curse bearer. It's working. I just have to keep it up. How many more do I need? 1, 2? I think you steal their curses. I get it. So we're taking their soul dregs when they die. Alright, so what's the next one? We have to murder. One-sided read by Ryogoku Bridge. And then at the Evergreen Beach at the former Yasuda Gardens. Finally, Sumida River. Hey, man. He's gonna die, right? Like, this is the end of this, is he dies in the river? Hello, Ryogoku Bridge. Oh, I love your sweater. Hey, a quick question for you. What the... Sorry, you gotta ask. You don't mind, do you? Are you curse bearer? What? Speaking obviously he's a curse bearer himself. What's he trying to pull? I tried to talk to her, but she didn't say anything. How should I respond here? What's that? You took too long to answer. Huh? Plus you guys behind me when the curse echo appeared. I knew it. You're a curse bearer too. You can stop trying to hide it now. Not that you were doing a very good job. Damn it. Yeah, you're right. I appreciate the honesty. I just want to have a nice, calm little chat. The name's Yutaro Nabigaki. My curse echo is the foot washing mansion. A chat? I'm not going to curse first and ask questions later just because we're both curse bearers. I've got a little more class than that. Dunking on me. I hope you're smart enough to extend the same courtesy. Alright. Fine, chat away. Thank you. Good to know I'm dealing with someone reasonable. Is that the curse echo? You said it was a foot washing mansion. Is that why there's only legs? Alright, let's talk. What do you want? Right, I'll cut straight to the chase. Will you join forces with me? Join forces? To gather soul drags? Yep. You're using your curse because there's someone you want to resurrect too, right? In that case, it'd be more effective for the two of us to work together than to do it all yourself. Think about it. We could split the work and we've had two kinds of curses at our disposal. Working together, I hadn't thought about that before. Could the soul drags in one curse stone be removed to another? That's a fundamental requirement for this to work. We'll have to test it. We can't do that alone either. You see. Fine. Alright then, if working together helps us both get what we want, maybe it's not a bad idea. Riggs, glad to be able to deal with someone who can think through things rationally. But here's something I don't need to know in advance. Tell me, how many soul tricks do you have right now? Right now I have some, of course, but not more than incompetent, after all. I'm asking you how many? I have 1%. But don't worry about it, my curse is so easy to activate I'll have plenty in no time. I bet you haven't managed to get any on your own, have you? I'm at 67%. No, I'm not. Huh? Say what? No, I'm not. What? Wait, are you serious? You're not even close to being on my level. We're at 36. I'll keep gathering soul drags on my own. Let's forget this joining forces business. You've gotta be kidding me. I call your bluff. I don't think you can scare me off that easily. I see. That's too bad. You don't feel like talking, you leave me no choice. I even gave you a chance to come out of this alive. Real shame you're just gonna waste it. What are you? This is the voice of the Course Echo? Among the 7 mysteries, the resentful memory of the foot washing machine answer is particularly strong. You can block it out by plugging your ears. As soon as you hear the voice of my Course Echo, it's the end for you. Damn it. I died. It is what it is. But I agreed. You have a way to evade curses that no one else is capable of, do you, Chat? You're not. You may make as many attempts as you please. Set your game volume to 0. Ah! If there's a voice you don't want to hear, then just... Large branch here is called Ryogoku. Crossing the river leads to Nihonbashi, Bakurocho, and Chuo City. the second oldest of the many bridges spanning the Sumida River, behind Senju Ohashi. During the Great Fire of Meireki in 1657, many drowned in the Sumida River attempting to swim away from the flames, resulting in the building of bridges. Although this bridge was simply known as Ohashi, it was first erected. The people of Edo, that is a spoiler, but it eventually became its official name. Over time, the wide roads at either side, originally intended as fire breaks, became popular locations for street performances. Thanks. Alright, looked at it. No way I can accept your offer. Let's just say you won't run away. Well, you're just gonna have to trust me. Or do you think you can collect them all yourself? I'm at 67. 67! I don't hear a voice. There's no way. Yet there he is, perfectly unharmed. What's going on here? I don't completely understand myself, but the curse's conditions don't seem to be met. It's my chance. Yutaro, your curse won't work on me. I'll let you off easy today, so get the hell out of here. You son of a... Fine, just be on my way then. Gotcha, bitch. I chose to do it that time. That was my choice. 20%? Oh! I gained 36% soul dregs last time. It wasn't that I had 36. It's that I gained 36. There was a what? There was a what? No, I did not. That's scary. It's not the new amount, but the ad. There was some kind of incident here recently, so the entrance was closed off. It was easy enough to sneak in since there's no guards. However, yeah. See this? Stone, 87%. I just need 13. Feels weird being here in this magnificent gardens after hours. There's not a visitor or groundskeeper in sight. Ryogoku Public Hall is also one of the grounds. Its eye-catching structure makes the place feel even more otherworldly. Lush green park, administered by Sumida City. As it's common in traditional Japanese gardens, its large central pond is shaped like a character for heart. Paths that crisscross the grounds lined with stone pilasters are perfect for strolling while appreciating the foliage or bird watching. The gardens once pulled in water from the Sumida River so that its pond would ebb and flow with the tide, a novelty in Edo, which had been filling in the bay to support its expansion, but the practice has been discontinued in modern times due to flood protection management. That schoolgirl was a mass murderer. Now I feel less bad about murdering the child. There's something scary here, I just know it. Are you guys ready to see something scary? So, if you decide what you're gonna do with your... Oh, so precious. Curse. Stone. Hi. Yeah, as soon as I stuck into the gardens, a woman inside called out from behind me. I've been waiting for you. I have a cursed stone. Recite a proclamation to have me at loss for words, so the woman continued. I have you in a position where I can use my curse on you whenever I please. If I hand over your cursed stone, I will at least spare your life. In that moment, all I could squeeze out was the reply was, let me think about it. Which brings us to now. Alright. Damn it, did I expose myself somehow? She said she could use her curse me anytime. I guess I've already fulfilled its conditions. Be a bluff since he seems to have information on me. It's probably true. I can't over my curse stone. I need to figure out how her curse is activated and find a way out of here. Now maybe I can get some information by talking to her about something that clash her interest. It might be useful to have the volume up. Don't tell me you still haven't made up your mind. Such an indecisive man. Wait, might I hand over my curse stone depending on certain things? Will you hear me out for a moment? Go on. If you take my curse stone, what are you gonna do with it? With your curse stone? It's brimming with soul dregs, isn't it? It's already killed so many now. How does she know so much? I'd like to avoid such crude methods myself. 7. You want soul dregs? That means you're after the rite of resurrection too. Not that I'm trying to compare our circumstances, but can I ask what you led to this? Oh my. Do you mean that if my situation is more dire than yours, you'd give your curse stone to me? Sure, I'd consider it, so tell me. Liar. Huh? You wouldn't hang your fate on something as superficial as that. Nor would I. 6. We're gonna talk. You should get to know each other better. My name is Shogo. Stop. Huh? Let's not do that, alright? If I know your name, I might start to feel sorry for you. And have a harder time killing you. You would? Don't you think? 5. What can I do? What can I do? Hey, man. No spoilers. Let me die. If I die, I die. If I die, I die. It's just how it has to be. Right, the eternally green tree. No leaves have fallen. Where is it? Is this it? Ah, okay. My son. What? He'd been in 6th grade now. You were still alive. When I'm one of the big kids, I'll help look after the 1st and 2nd graders, he'd say. He'd always had a strong sense of justice and responsibility. He wouldn't stand by when he saw other kids being bullied. He'd defend them even if he was no match for the bully himself. He'd often come home in tears, but only because he was sad that he wasn't strong enough to save others. He wanted to be a policeman when he grew up. I get it. I've heard enough. That's enough for you? Yeah. Hearing such a sad story, it makes me all the more sorry that I haven't changed my mind. I see. So even after what I told you. 4. I have 4 chances to talk to her. No, it won't take too long. The other possibility is the condition has to do with the location we're in. Being here, then I'll continue to meet the condition as long as I'm here, in which case there's no escape. I'm sure I'd recognize it after setting it off, but it's not like I can get you to do things over. Ah! Hi, Juice! I gotta die so I can restart. Can you take the dregs from other curse bearers' stones and add them to your own? Who knows? But you have to admit it's worth trying. So basically, you want soul dregs, but you steal the ones others have gathered because you want to get your hands dirty? You're half right. But half wrong too. I think it's questions. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I just want to end this with as little trouble as possible. Understand? 3. How do you know you haven't already set off my curse? Go on then, use it. If you had, you could have activated without all that bluster. And yet, here you are. Does she already know about it? I was a student from before? But if she already knows what would activate it, she wouldn't hide it. Because if you know what activates my curse, there's no way you would set it off yourself. So she must not know yet, but I still have a chance. Listen, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. About what? Talking like this instead of killing you immediately? It's just a whim of mine. What I mean to say is that you were never in a position to bargain. 2. You actually can't kill me, can you? Oh, that strange countdown from before, too. It's all just a bluff to threaten me. Hey, don't give in to threats, so why don't you just give us up and... If that's the case... Give it a try then. Only 2 more now. Let me tell you the number. 1. This conversation is over. 0. Such a shame. What? This is the end for you. Oh, hey, buddy. Farewell. Ah! Fire? It burns! Of course, that's what it was. Ah! Damn it, he must have been following me. It's already too late. Ah, interesting, interesting. I shouldn't have given him my lighter. If you're not, you can try again. Remember how to ward off the curse when you return. Bear in mind, Shokooki has no way of realizing it himself, so you must react for him. I should have. Huh? Throw it away. This lighter? Yes, throw it away. Here goes nothing. What did you just... Why did you throw your lighter away all of a sudden? Huh? Well, just kind of felt like it. Oh god, that face! Ow! Why should I keep seeing it all of a sudden? Could the lighter have been what fulfilled the condition of her curse? Why? How did I... How could you... I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. My sweetie. Sorry, ma'am. Sucks. This is why you all need to accept death more. 25%. We're over the top. We can revive Yoko. Happy Yoko's alive. That was close to comfort. Is that a coincidence? Not only was I able to release myself from her curse, she immediately panicked and ran away, fortunately for me. If you kept cool and stayed, we would have been at a stalemate. Or should I check my curse? I should have had to keep to the lodge just now. What the? Ah! It's gonna kill me, obviously. I don't know why I thought I would be spared from death, you know? Like, obviously it's gonna kill me. Story chart unlocked. Cool. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Hey, storyteller, I'm back. Pardon the interruption, but I'd like to take this chance to tell you about the story chart. This is a screen which will appear when you open the story chart. From here on, you can see the overall structure of the current story. You can also progress along different branching routes by playing past stories over again. We should call this exactly the power that Osogo Oki had sought after. Normally, you would have been able to use the story chart feature freely. However, due to certain circumstances, I've been locked until now. From here on, you will return to the story chart from time to time and breaks in the story. At those times, you choose for yourself which story to continue next. Awesome! Here's my issue. How do I avoid using my curse? I'm gonna swap. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm swapping to my controller. That's, I think, the issue. You know? I just need to switch. There we go. By the way, should you use the story chart to play a past event? Do you know what you must do and where? Of course you do. After all, you've gotten this far. I just plugged it in. What trigger did Yoko Fukunaga set off that led to her dying the way she did? You've come this far several times, so I have every confidence you will be alright. As long as you make sure not to do that thing. However, like with the lighter voice earlier, Shogo Oki has no way of knowing that himself. On that note, I'm curious. Have you determined how many people Shogo Oki has killed with his curse? Guy in the basement. The girl at the high school. I see, I see. So that's your understanding of things. As it turns out, the correct answer is 3. But hold on. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. The guy in the Yoko, the guy in the darkness, the guy on the bridge, the woman, and the ones you had no control over, but it's because Shogo decided to kill? Well, that's all. Oh my god. That's true, I killed What's-Her-Face, and I pressed the button to kill Yoko. Oh, I killed Yoko. Oh, I'm sorry, Yoko, I killed you. Oh. Is this it? I'm just not gonna kill. I did it. Yoko? Is she again? Alright, I'm gonna help. Mario as hard as I can. There's nothing there. Hang in there, Yoko. Look at me. You're gonna be okay. It's alright. There's nothing there. Ah! Yoko! I didn't push this time. I did it! So I can't go back. I can go back, but that's it. So he automatically killed people. I killed 2 people. That's crazy. Shogo cries Yoko's name in a desperate attempt to wake her as he lies, moving on the ground. I see. So now I'm helped, I think. Aha. Did I help? Did I do it? Is it my fault? Huh? Oh good, you're awake. What, you okay? You're so rattled and confused, I thought you really lost it. No, hold on. That's not right. That's backwards. Do you feel dizzy, have a headache, are your humors off balance? What'd you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Play the game in the middle of the night. Hey, guys, I got an award for playing this game at midnight. That's supposed to be it. My humors were off balance. Back there? You ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah, I've heard that at this age, your humors can bring you even being a little off can be fatal. I'm glad you're back to normal. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. But I really don't remember what happened. Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow? What? Are you backing out? Yeah, it just doesn't feel safe to me and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Come on, I just started feeling back to normal too. Nope, not happening. Go home. I'll even pay your cab fare, okay? Hey, Shogo, you have no idea what I saved you from doing. It's like I have to take a sip of water. I lied, it was Powerade! I ended up having to force a still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So to placate her, I promised I'd search the park on my own for a little while longer. Hi, welcome back, Krieg. 3 streaks. Excellent! I didn't die! I can still meet the funny detective. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off the investigation. Despite her stubborn objections, he manages to persuade her by offering to continue search on his own. Let's go search on our own. Storyteller? My dearest storyteller? No. In further news. Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in Samita Central Park. The man was taken to a hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. Goddamn! The investigations are underway. The police suspect a connection to other unexplained deaths found in the area around the same time. Oops. I died. Bye, Shogo. I'm sorry. That's the ending of the first part. Shogo's fucking dead. Haha! Yeah. I can't help but feel we saved the main character. Sorry to Shogo. He did immediately go mass murder mode. It's a good opening. I like how they're using photos for this. Oh, Shogo's fucking dead. We saved Yoko. And we completed the prologue, and also... Listen, he's wearing an old man mask, but I swear to God he's handsome underneath that mask. I know it in my heart. Well done in your efforts thus far. This brings Shogo Oki's story to a close. He's fucking dead. But this is not the end, far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The roots of the 3 protagonists have now been unlocked. Harue Shigema, a woman who lost her son who's kidnapped and murdered. Oh God. That's horrible. Tatsuo Susumi, the chief inspector of the 1st Investigative Division, who's looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. We get to be the detective. Yako Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to bring her friend back from the dead, a girl who died in a suspicious suicide. Each of them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the rite of resurrection. I did save Yoko. She's alive. Following these are 3 storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale, which is a spooky horror story told through the mechanics. Told through the mechanics of my darling... Oh, Shogo's fucking dead. Look at that. He's dead. Shogo dies no matter what, so we can only save one of them. You want to do top bottom? I see the funny detective I like. I'm so tempted to start with the detective. But they start earlier. What should we choose? Why must my voice be giving out on me? I think it is funny that Shogo dies because let me get you guys the picture. Let me get you guys the picture of the cover. Oops. Can I paste? Can I just like paste? Well, let me paste images into... Can't I paste images? No. Add image. Okay. No, I can't. Let me try. Image. Wait, where's my image? Random image. What's this? No, I need that. I can't change that image, obviously. I need a new image. A new image. Rando. This is gonna be the name of this one. Yes. Based off his own decision to kill people, I don't know. He killed 3 people without me interfering. So when I was saying to you guys that I literally did nothing, I was being truthful and honest. I think it's funny that he died because if you look at the cover on Steam, he's like right in the dead center, which is pretty funny. Pretty good non-spoiler to have him there. Alright. I think we're gonna start with our funny detective man. Look at him! He's beautiful! A botched police investigation. 1 year later, she hires a private investigator. Let's go. Hello, spooky girls. Yeah, dead center. Nay, those whose fire may perish in flame. Kill them! The flame bearers, kill them all! You have acquired the power of the curse on the haunting clappers. You can use it to kill with a fire or a fire-starting device on their person. Got it. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like a thick black tar. Is the volume of this audio very loud to you too? Or is it just my hearing? Now. Kill. Can you hear it, Chris Bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Disgraced policeman becomes a private dick. I think most of those are private. Yeah, it was loud. I'm gonna turn down the audio a bit. Just down to like 8. That should make it quieter. Oh wait. Haunting clappers. Cursed power. Kills by burning one who is in possession of a fire or fire-starting device. Resentful memory. Red, red, red. Everything has died christened. My home is burned to the ground. It's hot. So, so hot. I must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right, I'll use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anybody there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm going to burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right, her. It must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch, those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. It feels like my head will split open. All right, the evening bell. That must be why no one can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack, clack. Damn. Let's hope it's quieter next time. So she's suddenly cursed. Why? Just because she hates? I get that. Shigima Mansion. Back with me, man? Hey, Richter. It's good to see you. He's so pretty. Look at him. Can't say I understand what just happened. But it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Are you okay? Sweet dreams? Hi, Haru Isagima. Ah! Is a housewife who resides on a manor near Shimoku Bridge. Her 11-year-old son, Suichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was the result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to this case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for a negotiation. The incident was covered up, and Shuichi's killer remains at large. Wow. Leading the aggrieved Haraway to call in the service of a private inspector, Victor Kai, to uncover the truth. The Shigima family came from the line of samurai. Ooh. Who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many of the Shigima line work in police bureaus as senior police officers. Haraway's father sits on the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigima family clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. However, as her family prioritizes work above all else, it wasn't before her career took hold. She wants for nothing but is isolated Seeing her son grow into a young man gave her purpose in life, but was cut short by the kidnapping. Following the incident, she's been very depressed. Following bringing her son fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband. Yeah, fair. Her kid died. A few months ago, her husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, with Haraway left to live in a large, empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haraway has nothing but time on her hands. Yeah, her son sure did. No. Not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. Your flamboyant gay detective friends. The guest table. I don't know where Father got this old thing from, but I've never liked it. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging since before I was born. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Really need hobbies. A stereo built with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't one to listen to music often. Fax machine. You can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I rarely find a use for it. The phone. Mansion has a private line. TV. I bought one of these as soon as the hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there's no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when he was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with Father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. Well, you could watch talk shows. Eh? I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before. Well, you know what happened. I can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I knew it. It's head honcho from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you've ever heard of the mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. Oh, I love that. I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. Best part is no one knows who made them. They just started showing up around town. Soon enough, they won everybody's hearts. The story goes they were made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. I think once would turn up in hero ball places. This is a good sign, I'm sure of it. That's nice. I got number 1! Oh my god, there's so many birds I can get! You just might be able to find 20 of them. Right place at the right time. Approach the net. A bottom shelf surrounded by darkness. Jackpot. Late at night on the way home. Look up at the first house. Among the morning green before hearing the history. On the bright garden, you won the lottery. Wait till you feel yourself again. Detectives and private eyes. Ringing telephone booth, the excited detective. Waiting at the entrance in a park. Waiting at the intersection, on a bridge pillar. A unique-looking playground. We gotta go back to the unique-looking playground. Gotta go back, buddy. Hi, Richter. Private investigator. Your friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited office in Oakwood City, he saw how he was dressed. I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. He's an eccentric. He does know Kuroseko. Once a police officer, he was racked with guilt of the police's inability to help those in need. His soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office into dire financial straits. How he's still in business is a mystery, with some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. He studied with June Area. That's cute. So unsurprisingly, he excels at covert investigations, telling his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire. So that only ever succeeds in surpassing himself. His biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet. Aw, Ernestine. She keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers. Hell yeah. He immediately started searching around town for them. While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office, and more importantly, Ernestine, in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler. That's nice. What's this one? Richter Kai's private investigation firm is the Azura Heron. Originally, Kai thought to give it a simple name like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the alphabet book, he decided to pick names starting with A. Cool. However, it's questionable whether Heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistant has referred to the name as confusing as best. After all, rather than a azure heron, Victor keeps a white parrot as a pet and dresses not in blue, but mostly in white. Yeah. If there is a symbolic connection to be made here, it has been all lost. All but Victor himself. Good. I like it. He's so cool. I like him a lot. He's silly. Well, I would have to talk to him. Talk. Let me bring you up to speed. We're in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out. The whole time you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? I saw a ghost. And now I have the power to kill. The haunting clapper's curses echo appeared out of nowhere. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right? That's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. I saw that crystal appear in your hand myself. It looks like it popped down clean out of thin air. If evidence that clear, there's no denying there's some supernatural force at work. Yeah. I like it. I think it's neat. Let me look at my clapper. My heart's still racing. This is it, my chance at long last. I don't think you quite understand. This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched into my soul, along with the curse's echoes, resentful memories. So I could feel it, what it was like. Dying like they did, hundreds of years ago. Breathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. You know what we'll do, just as long as they're carrying fire. That could be a problem. Think so? I might just know of you. I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief, talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment, remind ourselves that where we've come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. What's this behind him? Okay, I can't look. The swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. Feels livelier than usual with Richter here. Richter. That's what you hired me for, ma'am, to look into your son's kidnapping last year. Uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Sugima. Oh yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone and I've come up with a grand total of... no leads. One lead, so you said. As far as police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. You're just about to tell me. On his way over from school with the ransom being demanded. Initially, it was thought of as an extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigema family was closely tied to the police, it was quickly assumed the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. It was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched. He used traced phone calls, made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit. About 3 days after Carway reached breaking point, spurred by concern for his son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, while the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying he would not let the criminal win. A frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. See. Man, you gotta hate your parents, huh? Oh, he's a baby! Look at him! He's just a baby! Oh, poor guy. Look at him, he's just a little guy. born in the early 70s. He liked playing piano, abacus, Kindle lessons, and English lessons. He's a sweetheart. He died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go out on a hunt for mockingbird stickers. That's so fucking sad. Oh, this poor baby. Oh god, now I want a kid. Now I have to. Now I feel so bad. That baby died. Hey, Ezra, we're talking about a dead baby. I would like to talk to you about the investigation. We still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Why don't I tell you what I've got found and you make a decision? Alright? I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. I'm very familiar. My grandpa, my dad is in his 50s. Oh. Please trace the culprit's cause back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River, here in Sumida City, wide area. In the end, I never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from, but it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the village calls. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from his normal school commute, and factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely he was abducted by a car on his route home. Maybe, but Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was very firm about that. I know he understood that too. I even saw him warning other children. It's possible they forced him into the car. The only issue there weren't any witnesses. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. Unless her husband was involved. Hi guys. I've gotten 2 informations about this, and now I have a firm theory. Her husband kidnapped the boy to extort her family for money. But then why wouldn't he encourage the money? Yeah, that's... Never mind. It could have been someone he trusted, right? Did they target him at some other time or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided the kidnapper must have gotten lucky. Why not turn the problem on its head? What do you mean? The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get in their car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if there was somebody he would have had a reason to trust. A teacher, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one knows the numbers at a pop like the cops. Unless it was his dad. But what if it wasn't someone he knew? Or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shikima family has close ties with the police after all. He would have had reason to trust them. You might be right. Surely that couldn't have... There's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's the sort of point after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. Yeah. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I have to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, no one pictures women or children. Even kids who have been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the clever boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Surely you can't mean. Now you're getting it. If I say a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? He would have helped. If someone asked, like that said, they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car? He might have. My husband was always told that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. Did you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. But she herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. Ah! So the question is, did anyone see Soichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witness too. As I figured that maybe, if I started asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Soichi's school note, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. His name is Shogo. I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow. Well, I can't say for that for sure. It turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked me if we could talk in private. Oh? Several hours earlier. Hello, we're by the river. Isn't this nice? What should do? There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? Hi, my name is Junuichi. Right, Junuichi. I'm all yours. Don't we're on the same page. Hey, wait a second. Is this the murder guy from the bridge? No. Different hair, different hair. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigama's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Of course, what else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger and I need your help. You'll excuse me if I caught that a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who's trying to kill you? Now let me ask you gay. A student named Michio Shiraishi. Interesting. Schoolgirl, huh? Sounds like you've been naughty. Nothing like that! That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigama. Again? I saw her talk to him on the street and let him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she has something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. That's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, I can't explain that. I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? You've been sitting on that all this time, and you think that she's coming for you now that you've spilled the beans? Yes, that's it exactly. I'm begging of you, don't let her get to me. Arrest her, I'm telling you, she's a demon. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying. It doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? You don't know what she's gonna do. She'll curse me. Curse you? I love this face! Kissy kissy. I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. That's a great face. Look at that! Ugh. It's true, her house, it's... I forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. I'll find someone else to help me. Goodbye. Hey. So she knows you saw her. Interesting. I can't really believe it. I thought this vision of curses was just crazy talk, but I'm starting to see there might have been more to it. And if we just find that girl, curse or no curse, if she was with Suichi on the day of kidnapping, there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Junuichi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School here in Sumida. A teacher? The schoolgirl. Is one of his students? I think that's very unlikely. Oh, it's break time. Okay. BRB time. I need to get some water and chug it. Everybody BRB. I'll play some music for thee. BRB. Alright, party. Let's party. The break is over. Harley. Okay, handsome. Tell me about the investigation. Okay, tell me more about the kidnapping. Party! Hopefully it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. Rite of Resurrection, huh? I read about that in Cult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. The all gory details. I remember the first time you told me about that. I felt like my prayers have been heard. One second. They say the right can be found somewhere in Honjo. Like I had hope, real hope for the first time. Ever since that awful day I wondered. What if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid the ransom? Now a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Suichi would be alive. You can't blame yourself, man. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Well, I know that won't be any help any. Grief's funny like that. Guessing that's what you're after, the right? Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. But this is a big but. If this right is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Can you do that? Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. That's a shame. A shame, huh? That's all? I thought if I'm gonna be competing with the other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. Is that so? Dear oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? You know, okay. If it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers, I only need you to find them. I won't be party murder, ma'am. Not even a client. Or a client. I'll pay you. How much can I give you to change your mind? Sorry, ma'am, but not everyone has a price. I've got my policies and I stick to them. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul dregs? If that's all you're after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. Oh, I guess because Shoko didn't take the stone this time, right? I bet, what's his face? Takumi Yumioka. I bet he took it. Because he was watching us for some reason. Suppose we have a deal. Though, what if I stole the curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. Fine. Not my curse. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? Tati Clapper, was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be on the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curse makes their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. Even me! That sounds sensible. If I remember correctly, your haunting clapper could set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter in their person. Yeah. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who didn't heed the warning. Seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Well, it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. I think that's that good. The charm can't do much to throw it off, and has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on ladders too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that the condition were already fulfilled before they even knew you were there. You wouldn't even know it hit them. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could, and they'd have to do what I said. That would work, though without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. You only can use the curse, and back out at the last second. At the last second? What an interesting idea. If Shogo doesn't take the curse stone, it'd be in Yoko's hands? Did he take it from her after she died? But then why did she die in the first one? You know? Maybe. I was thinking maybe she turned around and tried to leave, and that's why she died. But I guess she didn't turn around. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. See. You're an odd one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying, and I don't think it's just the curse. You flatterer. About my curse. The music ended. First of all, I think we should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Right then, have you decided what you're working on? Investigate the kidnapping. I need to know what happened to my son. I'll focus all my efforts into looking into the kidnapping. This may just occur to me. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sun rises. Could you search for the other curse bearers? Alright, I see how it is. I'll be happy to help. Odds are good that the curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone who they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll get to the urge of the curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'm trying to find Miss Tsuruhashi as part of the bargain. Thank you. Now then. I gotta go be a cowboy. It's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find anything out. You just stay here and keep a lookout. Alright. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it, and try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, that's all. I should be going. Bye! Bye, my beautiful detective. Should we keep going? I think we should go check out the other two. Talking to her kept her alive. I pressed a button that was push last time. I like pushed to see this thing. And that killed her, I think. Somehow. I don't know how, but it killed her. Maybe she took a step back? Who do you guys want to check out? The high schooler story or the police investigator? I'll check out both of these before we end stream tonight. Which one do you guys want to do first? I think they're both good choices. Please. Tetsuo Tsusumi, Chief Inspector, Investigating Division. Let's do it. We're hanging out with Jun and Tetsuo. It's 11 p.m. Finally. Someone awake before midnight. We're in the former Yasuda Garden. Hell yeah. This is before we run into, our boy, Jogo. I guess he won't run into him tonight. Hey boss, forensics all is done. This crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open up back tomorrow with like nothing ever happened. Don't get many visitors after everything that's happened. I want to check something. No, voices are back. Okay. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they're lining up to get in. All that stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. It's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them what their purpose. Somehow I doubt it'd be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard high school girls are really into the spirit portage. Suppose you could call out spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You could try it out yourself if you're so interested. That's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. But now. Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve the case by moving a coin across the scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. Gotta be open-minded. What if that's how they're gonna police for a June work from now on? Don't make me laugh. It's a Ouija board. All you need is a coin and a piece of paper with letters and numbers on them. It's believed to be a tool that was adopted from Western spiritualism and molded by Japanese occult enthusiasts. I mean, that's basically a Ouija board, so. Although it's a related form of divination, the ritualistic nature of its uses can solve self-hypnosis or autosuggestion, leading to hallucinations or symptoms similar to spirit possession. Listen up, baby. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. Kinda fucking harsh, boss. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whatever it is that did this. I'll get them, I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know what this murder is yet. Bias is weakness, our judgment. Go get too fixated on one thing and you can stop seeing everything else. Ouija boards have actually no spiritual significance, they're just a toy. Yeah. Aye aye, boss. So now that we finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. We gotta go over all the info we gathered. And for what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere. Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? I'm giving him this voice because of the way he purses his lips. I think it's funny. You must really be into this cult stuff if you get off and be in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way! No, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Fine, let's get this over with. Hey, boss. You've been feeling of this case. My god, it's really wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. There's June. He's a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. First Investigative Division. His rank is Sergeant. His first time leading a case, it's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. Really? That's nice. The former student gardens here in Yokohama and Ichom were originally built as part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became a city property a number of years ago and underwent very extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at the time of night. Quiet doesn't begin to describe it. Pond. This pond, they say, used to flow into the Sumida River. But the river became so polluted they cut it off. Yeah, let's talk to June. So early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed during the park. Oh, look at him! That's a curse, baby! Called the police when they realized he was dead. It's a long-existing technique, planchette writing. Ah. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it's likely there was a murder. The Sumida office sent over to us since we involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need is to figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that sums things up. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the First Division, boss. Always admired work. You were like your god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. I've been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but yeah, that's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the first just as I was assigned to it. Seeing to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. I respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about, when you run your mouth like that. It's getting late, you must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss, I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. You. Got the case. Boss? Yeah? The spiritualist moment. Yeah. Is this case really important enough to assign someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they have their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It's all become clear in time. Try not to worry about too much. I'm gonna worry about it. The only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, huh? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. That kind of secret or something. I like this bright of you. Isn't that right? You're probably sharp sometimes, you know that? If picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, it's our duty to get to the bottom of the suspicious death, especially when involving an officer. About the victim. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of Sumida City Community Safety Bureau. 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles in education. His rank was senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? Who was he like? Wow. We were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. And he looked a little like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man who always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but I never even when it happened to Wheel. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. The only problem was that he took on too much. He had the most unfinished paperwork, too. I always felt like we needed an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. No curse echo. He's found dead. Once a rebellious gang member himself, he turned his life around and used his own experiences to connect with troubled youth. While his appearance centimeters suggest a man who's rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal, and caring man at heart, looked up to as a big brother by his peers. Yoshimi had achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancé who'd been dating since high school. Oh no, his fiancé. Don't worry, you're pretty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one even weirder than you? Yeah, he's a private detective. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school, apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Just had an idea for a Silent Hill, but the protagonist is actually possessed, so like Undertale. So it was the first time he ever took a study seriously. That's a good story, love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please do make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said his honor. You should have tried to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. Sounds like a sure thing I'm dying. Besides, if I end up dying again, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Eh. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, guess how much I miss you depends on this investigation goes. I can already see it. Ariel, no! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on inside that head of yours. Yeah, it'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, kid. She really has something. Thank you. You're a little weird guy, Ariel. About the victim's family. Yoshimi family is from Kita, Sinju, and Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. Lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. Yeah, went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. Did he live there alone? It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. This is the bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He never talked about any of that. Even when we were drunk. Mechanic or something where you can use to like see where things at a trade-off. That sounds interesting. Don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school. Well, for 10 years, they just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? She showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. But still, how terrible for her. But she may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. We should speak with her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Samita Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Hey boss, I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, it had 2 cases involving juveniles. If you max it out, the protagonist who taxes you from them in the final boss fight. Yeah, I read it. This was the suicide of a high school student. Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead. Oh, nope. Shipped out Kamikaze last week. That's the one girl that we're gonna go look at. Oh, jeez. Her name was Michio Shirahase. Wait! But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her before this incident. So she's been in trouble for some time. It was a thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her looking around town. She looked so upset, she started up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what I thought too. It seems we visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there were no problems, so there's nothing he could do. And now she's dead. It's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. That's why I was looking into this Shirahashi again. Which is crazy because Shirahashi is like supposedly kidnapped her, so that makes me suspicious of Sideburns guy. Must have thought that something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation. I see, and you're thinking that it may have something to do with his death. I'll have to find out what this Hajime discovered. Right, let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that too tomorrow. One second, I gotta go look around. What if there's a sticker? We have to look for stickers, June. Stickers! Okay, there's no stickers, June. We're safe. And what was the other case he was working? This one is also related to Komagata High student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She's pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction, property, assault, and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met with the girl the day he died. Every school's got its problems. I'm sure he had worried about how she'd get on without him. Just when she finally found an adult she could trust. Might act without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. We'll have to investigate her too. Yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. That's what I hired you for. They little boys charm on them if they need convincing. Yeah, I'm sure they prefer me over a scared-looking old man like you, boss. Watch it, I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me, at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit, is that how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. And it's probably just me, actually. I don't think I could get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss. Were you even listening? We got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the two Komagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. We need to speak with his fiancée. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Cause of death, acute heart failure. He died 2 days ago. Interesting. Struggle to find out scene. Ah. As for the cause of death, we don't know until the autopsy is good. It does look like a heart attack, though. Maybe one of the curses gives you a heart attack? But since he had no record of chronic illness, he had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that, it certainly seems suspicious. We found signs of struggle in the street as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and wallet. So you rule out a mugging. There probably weren't many people who'd try to think of a mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger years. He started judo classes once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have been pretty strong to take Hajime. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago, outside of the park's operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 p.m. the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at the time, like, the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy to get through if you really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? Who called him here? It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. Since it sounds like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? That doesn't seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. Yeah, no signs of a struggle or a fight. There's signs of a struggle outside of him, but not on his body. Hajime was someone here to discuss something secret. Then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds in the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. Wright must have planned something. Did you think it was meditated? That would mean he called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? There's still the possibility that was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. Maybe he was working with a kid who was interested in the occult. We should be able to get a clear picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. Matsusumi, I've been followed by your shrewd detecting facilities all day today. I'm really funny, I've been wowed by you too. Oh, but the Popeka family, what's yours like, boss? What is wrong with you? Playing into my personal life all of a sudden. It's just I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Are you single? Shut it, that's none of your business. So you are single. Well, I'm supposed to join the force, I've been thinking. What if we went on a date? Kidding. Unless. Did Harbin really pressures young officers to get married? I wonder why that is. You don't see anything like that, though. How should I know? I carved the best of myself and got married 20-some years ago. Eh, so then, I'm divorced as hell. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Aw, buddy. Had a blackmail but failed the blackmailer panics. Interesting. Sorry, I can't believe she got up to a guy like you. I think he saw a ghost and it scared him to death. He was never home much. Too focused on work. Oh, late only to get called right back out again. Plus being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad, especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful there. Yeah, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of the job. Not many can really understand it. Not unless they're involved in police work themselves or related to someone is. Sometimes we'll just date a cop. Be like someone who's older. I'm being silly tonight. But you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise don't be the way it sounds, but how old is she? Jeez, you don't know what it quit, do you? At least try a lot to look so intrigued. She's a little rough around the edges. I think most intimidated by her. I started living by herself and going to college. Wow, college student. Men love an educated lady. Okay, never mind, Dario. We're throwing you in the lake. Stop that. What kind of cop are you making basic assumptions like that? She got her own though, huh? You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you follow her around everywhere. I would not, I don't think. Come on now, we both know this is true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Najima murder. So you know your history. Yeah, it happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? I studied that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. I was just tracking the case, finding the guy. It was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we overlooked one little thing, we may never have come at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right, we didn't have evidence. I knew there was no way to meticulously plan crime could have been there first, but we may have stuck Umichika and Najima in a cell. There was no victory. You'd always had the upper hand. All the damage you did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. Hold on. He said there are 9 people involved. Yoko, Shoko, these two, Bridge Boy, Detective and the lady, high schooler. We're missing one person. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it, that's why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. Notorious case involving a murder of a female high schooler. Came to the attention of authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the river. Testing revealed applying to a missing female high school student. As the appeared to have been delivered deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. A large shared search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They only proceeded to cover the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg. That sounds a bit like that one-sided Reed story. It might be a cursed relation. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, naturally causing the annual fireworks festival called off immediately. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir amongst the public, as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area. It was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technology at the time was not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, so they were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a hitherto unrelated individual came to its attention. During the questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Najima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. That's true. Could be a boat chopping them up, but that would be much, I think A, the people driving the boat would notice, and B, I think that it would be a very different, like, chopping. I think if you could probably tell if someone cut off an arm by a purpose versus cutting off an arm by accident with that rotating angle or bad blade. Najima testified he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply because he could. He restrained her and sewed her mouth shut. Jesus. I'm not gonna read the rest of that because that's too dark. But I'll leave it up on screen for a second if you want to. It's fucking dark, this. A lot of pollution would see stuff snagging props all the time. That's true. He dismembered the rest of her body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning his storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation. Once apprehended him, he readily divulged the details of the murder, but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he would only break down tears saying, "I don't know what came over me. I know I was wrong." Huh. He was possessed. Is my suggestion. By... Where is it? The One-Sided Read. Enraged by her indifference to him, Tomezo brought a dagger to the canal and attacked her. He cut the arm and leg off one side of her body, then threw them into the canal. Bada bing, bada boom, connections. Things are connected in this game, I bet. Hey, June. Alright, let's talk about the occult. So all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? This Friday Resurrection thing everyone's talking about. Not you two. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. Don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? This whole thing started right here in Honjo in Sumida City. So I thought that maybe, I don't know, nothing good can come up from getting involved with that right of whatever, but they're not gonna fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, you're secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but... bringing them back to life. This is stuff of fantasy, not real. Why does June always do this kissy face? Joker hoping for miracles, got it? I'm wondering now if the kidnapping of the son is also connected to something. And if so, which one? Maybe... drowning? Let's think. Got a bad feeling about this case. My guts were really ever wrong. This would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Oh, the scene. That's where the victim was found. It's clean now. Place feels like nothing happened here at all. Once an incident like that has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing is any consolation. Well, boss, I think that's about does it. Let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, God! Hey, buddy! Hey! What is that? Well, that's what's wrong. Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it! It was that case all along. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Grah! Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Those who deceive with falsehoods and untruths will be hung up forever in eternal darkness. Kill them! Kill them! Those who spread lies! Kill them all! So if someone tries to lie to me, I can kill them. Wait a second, does that mean I could have been killed by this guy? And I didn't? So this is the Evergreen Breach. Kills by hanging who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. Interesting. He deceived us with his so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark art swings from a rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the Daimo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Shinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting netsuke knit clasps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anything else to rely on. Prosperity that the ukiyo-e bloom brought must have been what famed his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crime. But dead men tell no tales, and people thought of him as a bad man even in death. The young man for days till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain. That could be tied. Sorry, back to the curse over. Interesting. Dark scars. The beech leaf trees do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it, as the mansion's owner was not at home. Another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumors persisted nonetheless. I see. He deceived us with his so-called rite of resurrection. I think that's interesting. I think that indicates that the rite of resurrection's fake. Maybe I'm wrong. Murder simple seeps to my soul like thick black tar. I think that would connect back to how, at the end of Shogo's first one, when we filled up the thing, it did kill him. So I think that's interesting. Can you hear it, Curse Bearer? You who so strongly desires the right, kill them. So that's interesting. Oh, wait, hold on. I have an idea. Yeah, I think the resurrection side is a con. So you know how Shogo was unconscious when we first saw him? Could it be that he was possessed at that point? Since it seems that the boss and also the lady passed out, right? So maybe Shogo, when he passes out at the start of the game, that's him getting possessed by the curse. No, because we saw the cutscene later. Never mind. Gosh, switch to mid-air. Don't tell me you really went senile. Will a kiss make it feel better? Mwah. Sorry. I'm fine. Video. Yes? And some good news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a big trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Is the curse activating? Ah, interesting. What are you talking about? I feel like the detective knows more than we do. Damn. I'm excited for this route. I think this is gonna be my favorite route. So we might go back and finish up this route and this route if I don't like them as much, and then go back to the funny detectives. I really want to go take a break right now, but it's not break time yet. Let me see if I can run the ads manually.
Army doesn't have—
What the hell? Aha! Okay. I'm gonna run an ad, and we're gonna take a quick bathroom break, and then we're gonna do the next section. So the ad was gonna start at 17 minutes, but it'll just be change when the ads are. And then we'll do the high schooler girl, and if we have time, and my throat's not killing me too bad, we'll go back and we'll do a new section of another one. Alright, 3-minute ad. Alright, let me get you guys into the BRB screen. Alright, be waiting. did some stretches while I was standing. I feel great. I forgot to chug some water though. 1 second while I chug some water. I'll start off Yakko's. Yakko? I'm gonna go with Yakko. It's probably wrong. Yako Sakazaki searches for the ride of resurrection, hoping to revive a friend who jumped to her death. To get the information he needs, she speaks to her classmate Mio Kurosuzu. Let's go. It's important to stretch. It makes you feel nice. I'm gonna put on some lip balm. I think I might be just like dried out. Yeah, that's literally Yakko brother. So, you know. I wonder how it would be pronounced. Oh my god, she's adorable! That should be everything. Okay, let's start. Ready for this, Yakko? I need a second. Sorry, give me a second. It's normal to be nervous your first time. There's nothing to be scared of, I promise. Thanks, I'm ready. I'm Yakko. I'm a high school student. I've been raised in Hanjo. We own and operate beloved candy shop Sonoya. Ever since its establishment in early Showa era. That's a while. Despite her modest appearance, Yakko is cheerful and vivacious, with a sense of duty and compassion. That's so strong she's easily moved to tears. She's also a bit quick-tempered and quarrelsome, always prepared to stand up against those who harm her family or friends. It's possible, however, that this readiness to fight is more driven by an innate love of chaos. Her wedding streak against arrogant boys and scraps since she was a child remains unbroken, and is a source of considerable stress for her mother. Let me stop scrolling on Instagram and looking at Gundam stuff. Relatable. Oh, hello, files. Omagata. Co-educational, municipal high school with 632 attendees. That's a small high school. Probably short into Tacoma High. That's a really small high school. Though it opened in Hancho's first middle school in 1943, subsequent revisions to its enrollment policies saw it change its name, becoming Komagata. The school strives to instill students with 3 S's: sound morals, social responsibility, and strength of spirit. But success has been limited. Plagued by delinquency, it's forced to return to temporary employees to compensate for its high staff turnover. And its sports clubs face challenges with its inner city location and small campus. Its traditional culture research club is thriving, however, even issuing regular bulletins in collaboration with the local reference office. That's fun. At least you have that. Alright, let's start. It's Ouija time. This is the spirit board. This is how we'll be communicating. First, we'll both put a finger on the 10 yen coin. Like this. Relax your finger as much as you can. Now for the chant. Repeat what I say, okay? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. Your turn. Spectre of the Spirit Board. Spectre of the Spirit Board. Please visit us. Good. Please tell us if you are there. Oh! Well, it really moved. Looks like we succeeded summoning. We can ask questions now. Right, questions. Start with a question you know the answer to and seek the response. Then, what do you know your questions are being answered truthfully? You ask what you really want to know. Okay, let's start with something simple. What is this place? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, where are we? School. I'm not controlling this part. High school. That's right. These answers don't seem to be very precise. What is this girl's name? M-I-O. Neo. Yeah, see? They even used that weird character you used to spell your name. How flattering. Mio Kurosuzu. I guess this normally has characters in the Japanese version. She transferred about 2 months ago. Although she's an extremely mild-mannered young woman, she exudes a somewhat off-putting dark aura that makes it difficult for her to form friendships. She has found a friend in Yakko, though. The truth of the matter is that Mio is the apprentice of a famous psychic, possessing exceptional spirit sense. She takes on the troublesome task of surreptitiously handling spiritual disturbances that break out in schools across Tokyo before they become a problem. She transfers schools frequently as a result, and thus has trouble making human friends. She's already solved an incident at Komagata High School involving a female student possessed by a spirit. While she takes effort to hide her spirit sense, many develop an impression that Mio has a deep knowledge of the occult and the paranormal upon first meeting her, leading her to be anxious that her secrets have been exposed. The most common comment she receives is that she seems to get along well with crows and black cats. That's cute. I bet. Even the teachers get it wrong all the time. I guess these paranormal beings just seem to take a liking to you. I don't know how I should feel about that. What's my name? Factor of the spirit board, what is my name? What's the matter? How strange. No! Everything's relative. It's about the size of your alma mater, but schools in this town are products of being parochial schooling generations before. Catholic kids went to school. Ah! Interesting. That makes sense. I might have it doesn't know. Maybe the spirit perspective but man, it doesn't know everything. There's new your name, Mio. Is the spirit really the real deal? Yes. It's fine. Thanks, give me an attitude. Is it really you? Are you really the specter of the spirit board? No. Said no? Not quite. Spectre and spirit board is just a temporary name we call them when using the board. We're actually calling a spirit with the first strong tie to this place. In other words, the spirit just happened to be nearby. They don't really think of themselves as the spectre of the spirit board. Oh, really? Feels like someone with Mystique has disappeared. Do you mind if I still call you spectre of the spirit board? Yes. Yes, okay. Thanks. I did remember to say please and thank you. What is my name? No. You didn't hesitate this time. Alright, it's time to start asking serious questions. Okay, here I'll go. Yes, please. Oh, spectre of the spirit board. Dimichio Shirai in our class. Who died by committing suicide by jumping 1 week ago. Really commit suicide? No. I thought that was yes, I mind. So if it really wasn't, I'm not surprised. I didn't believe it from the start. Not the important part. Yeah. Michio was a second-year student, found deceased 1 week ago in the back alley. Her tire bottom broken and contorted. Police determined that she committed suicide but jumped off a nearby apartment building. No suicide note. They based her conclusion on interviews with Michio's peers. She was an honor student with a good head on her shoulders and consistently excellent grades. While she appeared somewhat reserved, she had a positive outlook on life and a courageous spirit. Michio and Yakko formed a long-lasting friendship during childhood, with Yakko's unbending, uncompromising attitude deeply influencing Michio. Or beneath her stark exterior, Michio had been pushing herself too hard, keeping her emotions bottled up to the point they were overflowing. Following her father's death 3 years ago, moved to a new house, Michio began avoiding Yakko. When the two remained in the same area of town and attended the same high school, they gradually grew apart. Yakko herself worried for her childhood friend, but incapable of wading into the complexity of Michio's home life, kept her distance. Days passed, and though Michio longed to confess everything to Yakko, the moment to do so never came. She carried an old talisman, a memento of her father, with her at all times. Ah! Oh, spectre of the spirit board. Did Michio sure how she died in an accident? Yes. It was an accident, not a suicide. Michio, did she slip and fall? No. She didn't? What do you mean? She didn't die from falling on the apartment building? Yes. No way. If that were true, why was she lying on the ground like that in the back alley? It was an accident, but not a fall. A spectre of the spirit board. What happened? Looks like it doesn't know the details. And how about a spectre of the spirit board? We want to use the rite of resurrection to bring Michio back to life. Do you know where it is? I wonder. Huh? Ah! Did a truck run her down, maybe? What is this? I I think it was a curse. Stop, I'm scared, Mio. Calm down, you can't go before it's over. Ah! Stop. The process. Ghouls procession. Those who hear it shall fall into the depths of hell. Kill them. Kill them. Those who hear this sound, kill them all. You can use it to cure those who hear the sound produced by the curse for more than 30 seconds. And it cannot be seen. Press the use curse to produce a sound. See. Kills by fatal fall who hears the music for 30 seconds. Ah. Omida stood atop the tall festival tower. It was her time to time and she was ecstatic. It had been years since she joined the troupe, but she hadn't yet to enjoy her day in the spotlight. She wasn't particularly pretty, nor was she all that talented. As a gossip and a loudmouth, she wasn't well liked by her peers. Some of the other girls thought of her as a teacher's pet and bullied her. I don't care about them, she thought. I'll use this chance to make something of myself. Everything was perfect. She wore a beautiful kimono and an okame mask over her face. The stage was set. The accompaniment began. She danced with everything she had. Applause rained down upon her from the crowd. Her breathing hastened with excitement. I've got to catch my breath. That's strange, I can't take my mask off. The smell of glue assaulted her nostrils. That's how it is. I knew it was too good to be true. Her screams were drowned out by the music as she squirmed and struggled. Well, Mio is giving it her all today. We have to keep up. The crowd livened even more. No, someone, please someone help me. She fell from the ground, writhing in pain as she begged from the ground for help. The music had stopped in time with with Amia's heart. It was just a prank can. How did it kill her? Just because she got glue on her face? Oh, she couldn't breathe, right. I see. She couldn't breathe because the mask was glued onto her face, to tell. Now, kill! Can you hear it, Curse Bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Killed him. So she panicked, I think, probably because it was glued onto her face and she couldn't breathe very well. And then she died. Alright. Which one should we check out first? I want to finish a whole route, I think, before we go back. Or at least push as much as we can. I, for one, think that the detectives is going to be interesting. I also like this one. I think... Should we start with the least interesting one? Or, there's still something interesting about this one. They're all interesting. Should we just go top down? So that's the introduction to these three. Now we know 3 things. I think we'll save the detectives for last because the detectives seem to know about the curse bearers. Yeah. And then she's clearly important to the curse bearer's story. Her story seems important to this story. But I'm just gonna go top to bottom, I think. The safety standards we have nowadays are written in the blood of people who die from preventable mistakes. Yeah. Let's start with the mom. Despite having obtained the curse of the haunting clappers, she's determined to use the right to steal the remaining curse stones. Let's go. I think we're gonna finish the moms as much as we can, and then we'll go double back and do the other 2. I like to do things this way with games like this. It keeps me knowing what's going on. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. He hasn't. So all I can do is wait and wait. What is that? Sticker? Yeah. Television. Newspaper. Must have fallen off the chair. Not yet. Come to think of it, I never offered him any tea. Not that I ever learned how to medkit. Should I put a record on? No, it's too late for that. I'm not in the mood for music anyways. The flowers put me at ease just a little. That old hanging scroll. Say it too often to feel anything from it now. What is this? Fax machine. Don't know anyone else who uses them. Thinking so loud. There's nothing on this hour. There's no point in turning it on. Newspaper. Let's read it. It's a newspaper. I only leave them here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. It's not like I have anything better to do. Look at the society articles. The city's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The air was covered in scum from the sewage and industrial waste that stank so badly it'd make my eyes water. Eventually people started getting sick and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. How about economy? All sorts of articles about the current state of the economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we're moving into the era of large corporations. About 220 to 230 yen on the dollar. Manufacturing is on the rise and exports are healthy. The dollar's down from its height, and people are saying it could fall further. There's no denying how much the standard of living has improved in the past few years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. How about culture? Now that everyone has more spending money, new people are coming up with all kinds of new diversions. Just like all yesterday that all people had were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. Now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight to their televisions. Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestseller. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. But now it's all about city pop and idols. I love city pop. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. Who doesn't love city pop? Education. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of a modern society. If you want to go to work for a good company, you have to get to a university. With more people than running ever, the competition getting those universities has gotten fierce, though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. My Bible is too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. Television. I don't really watch much television. Feels as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. My father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping. I was glad about that. This bus. Now the comedy boom is over, the comedians are talking to all genders. The cult seems to be popular at the moment. Look at these paranormal specials. There's one thing Hanjo never haunts for, is horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. Hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore. Not since last year. Suicide at local high school? I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof. She was bullied, I think. Or maybe it was something about exam pressure? Huh? What? But no, this can't be right. Her name. Michio Shiraishi. It can't be. Waiting for Richter. Making sure the receiver's on the hook. I'll ring as soon as he calls. Ah! That must be him. What's up? Hello? Shikimiya. Shikimiya. Damn, I could have read more. Or thought. Hope this doesn't ruin my good ending. Komagata Bridge. Hi, Richter. There's something I need to tell you. But I was just thinking the same thing. Gazing down at the water. What does he see down there? Sumida River. Water's filthy and horrid, but at night when it looks still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? The Sumida River what you Hojo folks picture when you think of home? Couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right, should have guessed. That was where they found him after the plane missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been, how cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come there every day since then. And I prayed to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, the olden times, people believed the river is marked where... Sorry? Our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Ito was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then the Ryogoku Bridge spanning up after the Great Fire in Mareki. It was just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but it's not all they were for. The other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore. Stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. So if we have this right, you're saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the rite of resurrection is here rather than anywhere else. I'm sure of it. Probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses survived the modern day. And I guess that would make this spot where we're standing right now, right over the water. Border between life and death. If there's ever a place where bring back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. Why they mentioned praying to the river. They might have done more than you think. It's supposed to make me feel better? Just think aloud, ma'am. Well, it's a nice thought. A Class A river, part of the Arakawa River System. The shore runs through the most of eastern Tokyo and empties into the Tokyo Bay. During the Edo period, it played a key role in the transportation of lumber used for construction. In addition to its logistical importance, it's also a place for common folk to gather and enjoy activities such as seasonal flower viewing or river bathing. And there exist many woodblock prints depicting such activities. It played with sewage issues when it was industrialized, but the situation improved since. On Kamagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. In 1927, following the Great Kanto earthquake, notable both for its distinctive blue arches and the cutting edge for the time techniques used in its construction. I just thought I would look around a little bit in case there's a ghost. Son of a bitch. That's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Mind if I tell you? Go ahead. Must have been about 20 years ago now when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy and it stank. You look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. Gross. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there's a piece of my missing classmate's hand. Huh? What? It was almost a miracle when you stop to think about it. Oh! It's, she knew the serial killer victim. I don't know that everything, but the palm had rotted away in the water. The part that was left would have had an identifiable scar. And they could tell it had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait, are you talking about the Najima murders? So you've heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time? I wasn't really aware of it then. I'd only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Ah. Oh. Oh god. Hey buddy. You suck ass. To be honest, it was a bit of a blur. A bit of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. It said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They called her riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and floated out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. A sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one piece of garbage couldn't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there by myself. That's right. Which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. Times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves, so we ran away from home to make it in the big city. They make easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, we chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river. It would rot quickly and discreetly, and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after. Fumachika Najima. The man who killed my classmate and cussed her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, he couldn't have been his first crime. People began to wonder how many other girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end. But the river knows the truth. How many corpses had swallowed up over the years, I wonder? The same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. At least, that's how it seems to me. Yeah. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. Well, that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Majima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who discovered who did the hand. I knew it! The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Najima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Huh. I guess it wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Oh no, do you think that maybe that's who kidnapped your son? It's me, River. I have nothing but awful memories of it. Okay, Richter, it's time to talk. You go first. Alright then. I'm poking around old places connected to the 7 mysteries looking for curse bearers. I think I found new candidates. First, a tall man I ran into in Kinchibori Park. I asked him for directions, tried to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. He was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he's looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he was a bear. Hey, buddy. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigasui Street. There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air about him, too. It was clear as if some shady business. Shady, and he's the guy who's turns everything to darkness. Sorry, hiccup. Gathering soul dregs, I bet. Make a good target. Next up is a pair, a young man and woman I saw around Ryugoku Bridge. This time, the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. And somebody didn't know what he was talking about, and he left and left. Looks like they lurk around there often, looking for kindred spirits, would be my guess. But it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul dregs in a group might be a decent idea if you can make it work. But things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks willing to trust. They got brass though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up at a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're saying detectives from the head office, then something's gotta be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in this business, there's faces you get to know. Also, I knew one of them from college, police college. Anyway, that's everybody. Found them all in so time. They really did hire the best. It's all the same, ma'am. Mr. K.I., P.I. No, wait. Mr. Richard Kai, investigator extraordinaire. My mind, investigator extraordinaire. How you could dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, middle-aged man and young couple sound most promising, am I right? Whatever we pick, and it's still too early to make a move. Seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. More or less, once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. And with the spoiling, our chance will come. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi, the one who was with Suichi on the day of the kidnapping? That's her, well, she's dead. She's what? She's dead. The student who committed suicide last week, that was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead only to find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Shinoichi was so shaken up. She said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? Seems like we're back to where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also, something's telling me you know more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I don't think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. Hunch? Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess? I can't say for certain, but... What if Mr. Juichi silenced Michio Shirashi with a curse? What do you think? Saying to me that he was more scared of something else to do. That might be a little far-fetched. I see. I'm not really cut out to play detective. Oh. No point dwelling on speculation. The truth will be out in time. Right now, I think we can have another chat with Mr. Shinoichi. Let me look around for a sticker real quick. Sticker. Oh! Ha! Mockingbird number 18 discovered! Excellent. Approach the net. Bottom shelf, jackpot, late at night, look up at the first house. Morning green, hearing the history, bright garden, won the lottery. Okay, so they're not all in order. Detectives and private eyes. Wait until you feel like yourself again. Entrance, park. Citrus section. Pink Punisher. Unique looking playground revisiting the park at night. Yep. I found another bird. Pretty cute. I knew I could find it. I had a feeling there was one on the bridge. Something wrong? Not really, it just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Najima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Huh? Life in prison doesn't always mean life. So there's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right, I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh, really? I need to give this guy a different voice from her. Or I could just give her a different voice. They keep an eye on them, of course, and make sure to report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. Even give particular and notorious criminals new identities, so they won't be recognized in the workplace. My. The way you put it, it's like you're saying Fumichika Najima could be out on parole right now. Back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was a Najima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. It probably is. I see. It's all connected. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think, and I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Najima. Oh? He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all. He had a cigarette. Did you set him on fire, ma'am? So, what next? Big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. See? Alright. Suspend. I cannot currently progress any further. Ah. Okay. I'm stuck there. It's been about 4 hours and it's nearly 2 a.m. And I want to keep going, but my throat is dying. I'm so sorry, my throat is killing me. It does not want to party right now. My throat doesn't want to party at all. A shame. So, we're gonna call it for the night, I think. Thank you all for coming by. Why can't I get into my... One second, I might have to Hello? Oh, I see what's going on. There we go. The wire for my, controller was stuck on top of the button. And that's what was happening. Let's see who's on that I'm following. No one really. That's okay. Is anyone playing the same game? Someone I don't know. Well, good night, Ginger. Let me see. I am looking around. I doubt anyone's online right now. That's the real problem, you know, with streaming so late. I've mentioned this before. No one's ever online. Alright, we'll just call it there then. I'm pretty sure no one I know is online right now. So, we're gonna call it a night. And I will see you guys back here either tomorrow or on Tuesday. It's my birthday, and I'm having a birthday stream with my friends. Some friends coming onto my stream, like Neo and Billy and my friend Avery from Aves Grace. And we're gonna play Gartic Phone, and we're gonna play golf, and it's gonna be a great time. And then we'll come back to this game because I'm liking it a lot. It's giving me all the things I want from a scary horror visual novel. Honestly, if I didn't read all the lines out loud, I mean, I would be playing this for the rest of the night. But I'm just gonna call it there. So let's call it a night and say goodnight. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.